Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to the 31st episode of the European Heavyweight Show. Big up to the raid, Liam, every single time. Liam just joined the thing for crying out loud. Big up Alf for the raid as well. Alf, join as well for crying out loud. Listen, guys, you already know what to do. Subscribe, press alarm bell for future content notifications, like, comment your way. Don't just check my socials. Go check everybody else's. Go subscribe to their channels. Go follow them on Twitter, depending what they have. It's all in the description, guys. You know what I'm saying? And inshallah, you guys are well wherever you may be. Now, I do not have anybody backstage at the moment. So what do you want to talk about? Yeah, word to a specific somebody. What do you want to talk about?
What shall we talk about? Your wife. Tell her to get fucking naked. What do you mean, you dickhead? I mean, it makes no sense. What should we talk about? I don't know. You fucking tell me. You're the one that's supposed to be entertaining me, you prick.
There you are. Yeah, there you are, Liam. How about you join, fraud? Now, yeah, what y'all want to talk about? Oh, man said Liam, that Portuguese starts with a C winger that scored better. Oh, we have a guest, guys. We have a first visitor. Yeah, first visitor who represents actually a club that has a player that just scored a cracker. Yeah, you know what I mean? Alf, man, what's up?
Bro, I've been telling people, because let's go all the way back.
Quickly, guys, introduce one more guy before you talk quickly, because we will talk about that transfer, by the way.
Yeah.
But I just need to introduce one guy that you can go on and rabble, you know what I mean? But Liam, what's up, bro? Bayern fan. Now you can start the chat. One Liam, I don't know if Liam's chatting or not, but he's just there. I chat now. You do whatever you want.
Okay, so let's go all the way back to some points in January. Some dude in my chat tells me about Ryan Cherki, and I'm like, I don't know. I've never watched him, and I'm like, probably some overhyped player. So then I go down, watch some games of Ryan Cherki, and every time I watch him, I'm like, bro, this guy is world class. Every time I watch him, Europa League levels, Ligue 1 levels. Every game I've watched of him, he has never played a bored game. At least not that I've watched. That is the levels of this guy. He plays well on the ball. He controls the game. He's very good off the ball, but he gets tired of his team. You can tell, but he's very good off the ball as well. His finishing is on the light. His creation is unreal. And people been talking about this guy being fat. Like, I'm gonna be honest here. If you don't take Ryan Cherki because he is fat, following the same logic, you don't take Diego Maradona because he's fat. Now, I'm not saying that he's the same level as Maradona. He isn't. But if you don't take one player because he's fat, you take no player because he's fat. Let's be honest, he's not fat, by the way. He's overweight, but not fat. This guy is a great player, has great stamina, by the way. Go call him fat, sure, but he's got great stamina. So what does it matter? This guy has great stamina, great ability. It's very physical. Just dominated a Spain team that looks like they were absolutely running through France. This guy is already better than Mbappé, because we see what Mbappé does for France, then we see what Cherki does for France. Tell me who's better. Tell me who's better, bro. Mbappé, who just runs up and down the pitch and hopes he gets the ball, or Cherki, who walks through the Spain team that just played circles around France. This guy is generational, and he just fits perfectly into Man City's system. You have Foden in the 10. Foden goes down the wings. Cherki goes inside. Fluidity. Foden does the same thing on the left wing with Marmoush. Cherki can go onto the left wing, can go into the 10, can go right wing. Pep loves a player like this who can go everywhere. He can go everywhere. He can create. He's just a natural player. You don't have many players who are just natural, do you? But he's just a natural player. He doesn't have to think about it. Then you look at Doku, as a comparison. Doku has to think about it, but he doesn't. Yeah. So this guy, he just does stuff, but he hasn't thought about it, and he's running the ball into nowhere. This Cherki guy, I'm so fucking happy we've got him. And by the way, 35 million pounds for Cherki, that's very cheap. In fact, I would say we've committed a daylight robbery on Lyon. £35 million.
35 million pounds. How many euros is that? Is that
40 million.
40 million. Hey, fair enough, bro. Fair enough, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Whoever took him was gonna have like a steal out of it. If it's you guys, it's you guys, bro. You know what I mean? Fairs. What we got in the comments quickly before we get Liam and others joining. We will have others joining soon. Liam, that Portuguese starts with this winger that scored a. But I think it's about
Conceição.
Yeah, that kid's a stud as well. Big up, lads. Much like to some facts, man. Tell him, Ravi, man. Cherki isn't fat. He's just big. Well, okay, big bone, whatever that means.
And so big bones means like you've got a wide bone structure, which like makes you look more fat. So like, for example, Kevin De Bruyne has like a very broad structure, but he's not fat, but he's like very broad.
I get what you mean. Yeah, okay. So he's basically saying people don't understand the concept of having wider bodies. Okay. Yeah. Zier, did you hear that Arsenal are looking to take Kepa as backup keeper from Chelsea at 5 million release? You know what? As much as I want to banter Arsenal, to be fair, Kepa has 2 Champions Leagues, and two of the times he was backup. So I mean, it's not that deep. They could have done with worse. Like, as much as I want to troll Arsenal, you have one of your viewers here. That's still, I believe he's a Bayern fan, right?
Yeah, he is. He is a Bayern fan.
Okay, yeah, we don't talk about that. We do not talk about that, brother. Yeah, we do not talk about that.
Suspicious.
Yeah, I love how everyone keeps underrating Leao. It just makes it that much sweeter when he effortlessly signs everyone on the. All right, can I be honest? Yeah, I think he's a Bayern fan, by the way. I'm one of the guys that's doubting him also, and I'm a Bayern fan. The reason why I doubt, first of all, we're not going to pay the money to get him. That's for one. But two, if we were to get him hypothetically, I just don't see him be consistent enough at Bayern. I really don't. Like, you know what? I think a lot of football fans underestimate the idea of mentality. Like, they really do. And I think that's why, by the way, they were bringing up Fat with Cherki, even though he may not be. But, like, I think people underestimate the mentality aspect of it all. And for me, I just don't think he has that mentality to do it, bro. Like, I really don't. I don't know if he's the type of guy to beat his man for that very reason. Because I've seen him beat a man once or twice before. Don't get it twisted. I've seen it. I just don't think he's the type of guy to do it.
Strikes twice a day.
Yeah, it's just one of... Oh, by the way, I need to respond to it. كل عام وانتم بخير ويزير عيدك مبارك. عيدين الفايزين يا حبيبي. عيدين الفايزين. وانت بخير صحة وسلامة. Anyways, Abdullah saying, Assalamu alaikum, Ahmed. Hope your guys, big up Alf and Liam. Big up, man. Big up. I think he means hope you're well, guys. But big up to you, Abdullah. كل عام وانتم بخير to you as well, bro. Yeah, Eid Mubarak, brother. Eid Mubarak, brother. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, but with Leao, again, like, I don't know what you think, Alf, but for me, I just don't see the consistency levels in it because of his mentality, bro. I just don't see it. I really don't.
I think that, like, forget his mentality. Like, mentality, I don't think he's got a great mentality either. But forget mentality, even if he had it, he still won't be good enough for Bayern Munich. He's too monotone as a player. Like, he has one trick. And it's not like he's, like, mastered the basics or anything. Like, he doesn't have the basics down at all. Like when you look at proper great players, yeah, they either are extremely good at one thing or they've mastered the basics. This guy is neither. He's got one trick that he does okay, and that's about it. And he's a purple patch player as well. You see, sometimes he's having these good phases, sometimes he's having these bad phases. Let me tell you something about purple patch players, yeah? This is what people need to understand about purple patch players. A purple patch is a moment where the player is interested in football. And then they lose that interest for a while, and they shit again. These players, yeah, you know why they have purple patches? It's because in that purple patch, they feel motivated to play football. And then that motivation goes away because their motivation is fickle as fuck. And they start playing shit again. that is mentality stuff, and that's terrible mentality on him. If you had to go get a winger, go get, I don't know, Mitoma over Leao. You're linked with Mitoma. He does everything Leao does, but he does it more consistently. Now, I don't rate Mitoma, by the way, but at least you have someone who can do what Leao does more consistently. You want to go get Conceição potentially, you can go get him. There's plenty of good wingers out there other than Leao. Now, I don't think you're getting Nico Williams or Inaki Williams.
I don't. Nico. By the way, we're linked with him, but I don't think. I also don't think, because I had a conversation with a friend of mine recently, and he's English Spanish, and he was talking about how these Basque players, they don't really like to leave Bilbao.
Yeah. So
I actually think he stays at Bilbao regardless of all the links that's going on, because that's something new that I did not really take into account. Maybe he chooses to leave. I don't know, but I just, if he's wanting to stay at Bilbao.
But do you know the type of wages that these Basque players are on?
Yeah, that's
they have immense wages.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. So yeah, I also don't think he's leaving Bilbao personally. So yeah, listen, it's not about us right now. You get me? It's about you, bro, Cherki. Because
sorry, you froze for a minute.
Wait, so what?
You froze for a minute.
Oh, I was gone for a minute. Oh, I was saying it's time to talk about Cherki, brother, because that's one of the talking points of the show, bro. My only question, though, I actually have a question to pose. I don't know if that guy is going to be the same under Pep. I really don't know, bro. And that's why.
Go
Hello, Liam.
I don't know. What do you think he will be under Pep, though? Because when people say that about Jack Grealish, Jack Grealish lacks scoring ability. He always has. He's never had more than 8 goals in a season. He's never had that. So even before Pep, he didn't have those goals. And Grealish played out wide because Pep did not rate him. Because we bought him for 100 million. And you know what managers do? When they've got a player they don't rate, down the wing. I can't have you in midfield. I need you on the wing. Because he doesn't rate him. That's why Grealish played there. Played very well there in the treble season. After the treble season, this guy was partying. He was completely mentally gone. He was blackout. And he was done. Grealish was done after the treble. So you're not going to see Cherki come in and be Grealish. Because Cherki can do everything Grealish can and more. And he can do what Grealish does better. So he's like Grealish and Doku. Their best attributes combined, plus extra, with all the negative out of it. That is what Cherki is. You almost can't fuck a player like that. It's almost... you know what? I would almost have to praise Pep Guardiola for fucking up a player that good. I don't think so. He's just that level. And these players, by the way, they don't always listen to the manager. Like, when you're that good, they just say, like, you know what? Pep, you're leaving in 2 years. I'm not going to listen to you. So these players, he knows he's got the power over Pep and not the other way around. Because managers like to think they've got the power. Pep Guardiola, he is leaving in 2 years. We already know that. He's not got the power over some of these players anymore. The only way he's got the power over them is through shared respect. Do you think Cherki is going to respect Pep if Pep doesn't let Cherki play the way he wants to play? I don't think so.
Nah, yeah, man. Anyway, we have a Madrid fan back for once in their lives. Ahmed.
Hello, Zeer. Hello, Liam.
Hey, Ahmed. I haven't seen you in ages, my brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. I've just been focusing on school and, all that stuff.
No. You don't need to tell me, bro. It's blessed. Big up, man.
Big up.
The representation is back, you know. I mean, Liam probably enjoyed having no Madrid representation for a bit. That ends.
Oh, well, thank God I wasn't here for the time that we lost to Arsenal.
Oh, yeah, we are fraud for that. No, you're a fraud for that one.
No. It's fine to have a Madrid fan, but just don't get a Madrid fan that's a fucking egotistical cunt.
So I'm a Madrid fan.
Nah, this guy.
He's a G, bro. He lives in the same country.
Bro.
Yeah, he's a Madrid fan, bro. You know what I mean?
Even though he likes to troll.
Yeah, he does like to troll. Yeah, I need to get...
You know what the problem is with Madrid?
Bro.
You can't talk shit to Madrid. Like, you can't. Because at the moment you try to banter Madrid, 15 Champions League. Like, what do you say to that?
Yeah, you don't say anything, bro. You just don't, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you should ask him. You should ask him. His brother trolls me about that every single time, and he's a Madrid fan as well. Like, so, bro, look at all fan panelist thing. Like, after my reaction, listen to this.
Come on, Liam, my G, cook.
Liam, if you strip 5 of our UCLs, we still have 10. We still have the most. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I couldn't give a shit.
We all know how you won those 15 UCLs. We all know it.
You see the guys.
See what I mean? Like, you can't win, bro. You can't win. You can never win with Madrid fans, man. Never.
If you combine Bayern München and AC Milan, they still have more Champions Leagues.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know.
That's a kick.
Yeah, it is a kick, to be fair. Get out of here. Actually, no, I'll put you now. I'm not putting Liam upper tier for that. That is rude.
I got demoted.
Yeah, you got demoted. Just like City should have been demoted before they got fucking taken over. Wait, what?
Raw.
They were.
But
but on a real note.
Don't come after me, Alf.
Listen, I'm just joking. Wallahi, I'm just joking.
No, but I generally don't get it. We were in Europe.
Oh no, I'm just taking the piss, bro. I don't know. I just said it because you got bought.
Bro, this Alf guy's been replying to my fucking tweets, bro.
I'm too active on Twitter. I need to get off Twitter, you know.
Wait,
brother, if anything, I have Liam and Warrior tweeting me about Hilal news. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Bro, you and Warrior J, bro. Like, leave the hell alone, both of you.
Bro, I would never do anything like that. Stop lying.
Bullshit.
Let's go to Liam's Twitter account, then.
Yeah, we're going to go stalk his account right now. Yeah, I'm going to show the world. Let's see what Liam tweets. The Bayern View Twitter. Oh, he's leaving. No. Get back in here.
Whoa, wait. What the fuck?
Don't go anywhere. Oh, what? Oh, wow.
Play the manager, I beg.
Look. Look at this. This is the first thing I find on Twitter. Oh, my God. Do a stinker and hug.
Fuck off. Why is Omar leaning into this shit, bro?
Because he's a Barca fan.
It's not alcohol. It's bro. It's not alcohol. It's a bottle of water, bro. You think I'm drinking fucking vodka?
Water.
It just doesn't have the label on it because I took the label off. There's no free sponsorships. If they ain't paying me, it ain't going on screen. And then I bring.
So you take off the labels.
Yeah. Dewey is probably gonna still win the Golden Boy, bro. Didn't he score like a?
I love the way they're shitting on Dewey when Dewey has a Champions League and Yamal don't.
Yeah,
I know.
He beat the team.
But let's see what Liam the Bayern View shits on. Don't go anywhere. Let's see what the Bayern View shits on these days. Aye.
That played manager tweet as yikes. Your intellect sucks, by the way, Zeer.
Wait, what?
Your intellect sucks.
Oh yeah, bro. I've been trying to figure out, bro. When I did the speed test the other day, my download is fantastic, but my upload is awful. I think it's because of the upload. I do not know
Why are you on my Twitter page?
We're stalking you. Obsession. Did Zeer freeze again?
Free promotion, I don't mind.
Zeer froze again. So while Zeer is freezing, subscribe to Zeer because he's very close to 900. Liam and us here was actually cooking Zeer for a while for not being active enough. So get him to 900, guys. He's very close to 1,000 as well. So be nice to Zeer, and instead of stalking Liam here on Twitter. Oh, Zeer is back. We can stalk Twitter.
Yes.
We can stalk him again. We can stalk him.
Yeah. Do you see the Twitter now? I'm sorry, guys, but I don't know. Bro,
Yes.
I need to see this. Yes. I was reading this. He was talking about to some fan about Burnley, apparently. Burnley, Bayern have no standards. Then this guy said,
Yeah, it's a
says the one-
Liverpool fan, bro. I'm cooking a Liverpool fan.
You know what? That gets a like by me. We will. What's
Play
this
the manager, I beg.
one? Yeah, I know why he said that. What's this? Wait, what? Oh, you got lost looking for Wirtz? Hey, Alpha, come on, man.
Go click on the tweets.
Oh God, what did you tweet out, bro? It doesn't show. Oh, is it this one? Wait, what?
Scroll up.
Rat. Liam, I'm not liking that one. Fuck off. Yeah, I like
For
that
Hansi
one.
Flick. Hansi Flick.
You know what? I'm gonna like Alf's tweet instead. Alf,
Yeah, there you go.
By the way,
fucking Liam, bro. What?
By the
Oh
way, honestly,
shit! Oh shit! What's this one? Inter done now? No. And then what did Mo say here? I have never seen a club keep a coach against his will. Bizarre. Wait, what's this? I have no idea what he's talking about here, but who gives a shit? But you know what? Because my club took the manager, we like that one. What's this guy saying here? Wallahi, Liam, bro, you're different. Uqsim billah. Wallahi, you're different. You're a different guy, bro. You're a different. Breed.
No, you just took it off with the best fucking thing, bro.
What? You want me to go back?
Yeah. Read that Leverkusen tweet.
Oh fuck! Let me go back then. Say no more.
Forget the
You got-
Champions League final.
you
And that's
guys,
forget
That is not that important.
you guys saw Ten Hag sign with Leverkusen.
Oh, fuck off. It's not gonna happen, but fuck right off. Shit. Shit. What's he saying here? Nico Williams, Max Erbel's dream solution, guys. Dream solution for the left wing position. The sticking point is Williams' salary demand. Yeah, that's why he's staying, bro. Which would make him one of the highest earners in the team. If Bayern decide to go oil for Williams, the main competition will be a Premier League club. Yeah, he's staying, bro. But back to the Bayern view. We need to go Bayern view. Yeah. Okay, well. Bye. Everybody. Oh. Where's the Leverkusen one that he's on about? This one. You guys see this, guys? So what's this saying? Twerking for a player who wants out of your dump is next level crazy.
Salty because he didn't get him.
No, man. It's
I'm
the fact that
liking
they're
that.
still tweeting about Wirtz, bro.
That's yeah. Oh, we have a war. We have a war. Bundesliga war, guys. A Bundesliga war. Oh my God. What was this one? This one. No, I get that, but this could have been done with.
You need to read the whole thing, bro. You're not going to understand it.
Oh, what's he saying here? I mean, I'm not complaining that we will be getting 40 million plus, but
Click
he isn't
into it.
going. Click what? This?
Zed is like a grandpa who doesn't know how to use a PC. You've
Fuck
got to give him.
Bro, I have not been on Twitter for not even a month, bro. Let me be, bro. I've just started using Twitter properly. But either way, fuck this shit. Yeah, I've read enough of this. Yeah, enough of this shit. Enough of this shit. I feel insulted now. So.
To be fair, what media said that, bro? It was him.
It was Liam, actually. It was Liam. He was using my voice.
Wait, sorry.
Strange stuff.
Space Jump.
Strange stuff.
Wow.
Bro, I'm eating, bro. Leave me alone. Fucking hungry.
Mad.
Anyhow.
Where are all of these frauds, bro?
Yeah, I'm messaging them now. The ones who
Okay.
said they're able to join, I'm messaging right now as we speak. Wait, Ahmed, 1 second.
Look at Jet, by the way.
Clicking. Motherfucker, click, bro. Wallahi, this. Yes, thank you. Motherfucker.
Hi, my bad, guys. I logged out.
Adi. It is what it is. But you know what, guys? I say we could. So, Ahmed and Liam, you haven't had a say on Cherki to City. What are you saying?
Amazing move.
Ish?
I think he said amazing.
Oh, amazing move. Oh, fairs.
Yeah, it's
Liam,
gonna
what are
be
you saying?
amazing. It's gonna be amazing for City because, bro, wallah, I feel like City
Now,
dodged the
Liam's
bullet
just
with
eating.
Wirtz.
Oh, fantastic. Bro, you know what,
He-
man?
he-
Let's see. But I was actually, let me answer your question off because I knew you were
Bro,
asking
he was
why I
talking.
don't
You
think
just
he would have been the top.
overspoke on him, bro.
The reason why I think, I think
This
whenever
guy is
Pep has
so fucking lagging that he doesn't even know people are talking, bro. It's peak.
mad. Yeah, wait, who was talking? You were him.
Ahmed.
Oh, but Ahmed, talk. For me, it shows he's muted.
Can you guys hear?
Yeah, I can.
Zeer?
Why do I not hear Ahmed?
Oh my
His
God.
volume is very silent, so maybe turn his volume up.
I don't hear Ahmed one bit. Wait. Let me leave and join back.
Professional stream this. Professional stream. Go off, Ahmed. We don't need Zeer here for this.
Okay, I think Turkey City is gonna be amazing because I honestly I feel like City dodged a bullet with Wirtz. Wirtz is so he's overrated in my opinion. Wirtz is so
Slip?
overrated.
I'm
Yeah,
mad.
Wirtz is overrated. Musiala is way better than him, man. Way better than him.
Yeah, I like you now. Thank you.
Yeah, easily. It looked. You guys saw yesterday with Germany. I bet you if Musiala was there, I think Germany would win.
I'm not gonna lie, he did perform better than Wirtz in the Euro. So
He easily outperformed him. Bro, he got benched by Gundogan, Wirtz. Like, خلاص.
But you can get Wirtz and Cherki together, though. Like, Cherki can go down the right wing, Wirtz down the middle, and you can play them together.
No. Turkey's way better than him as well as a creator. I feel like people overhype Wirtz's creativity. He's not that elite. Turkey's way better, and City dodged the bullet, and Liverpool are getting fleeced. 150 million British pounds for Florian Wirtz is a
is
Nah,
it
scam.
yours?
it'll be one.
Euros.
Ahmed, it'll be 120, bro. 150 million euros.
Yeah, it's a scam.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's way too high though as well. I think Liverpool is very bored at negotiating. I mean, we know that FSG sucks at negotiating a deal. So if Man City was honestly in for the words, I think we get that cheap done for cheaper. But it's still, you know what thing is here for me with words. I don't necessarily think we dodged the bullets because I rate words, but what I do think is you go get Wirtz, and you go get Cherki, you go get Aitnuri, you go get Reinders. That's Wirtz plus the 3 deals we already finished. That is our rebuild done. We don't have extra budget for the right back, which we desperately need, and we don't have extra budget for a goalkeeper, which I would really want. So if you go get Wirtz, yeah, you got Wirtz, but then you don't have those other players that you still need. So for me, Wirtz, yeah, we missed out on him, but at the end of the day, we're going to get a better team because it is a thing here at football. People look at like big players and they want all the best players. Sometimes it's better to get a player who's worse but fits the team better than to get a player who's better but just doesn't fit in the team. Look at Real Madrid. Rodrigo, quality left winger. Mbappe, quality left winger. And then Vinicius, quality left winger. But they don't fit together. Like, yeah, you've got 3 really good players, but they don't work together. So you just create something dysfunctional. And when you create something dysfunctional, it doesn't matter how good your teams are, your players are.
Yeah, well, but we're fixing that. We got my boy Chabi. He's finally where he belongs. We got Chubby now. I'm really optimistic about next season. Very optimistic. Especially with the signings we've been making. We've already got Trent, Dean Howson, Alvaro Carreras, a left back from Benfica, who's amazing. And we're getting this Argentinian kid who I absolutely love, Franco Mastantuono. Absolute baller.
Yeah, I
So-
heard about that Mastotuno guy. Wasn't he a second fiddle to Echeverri?
Echeverry.
Echeverri. He's outplayed now, but he's barely played.
I'm not sure about being said. I'm not very sure, but I feel like he's gonna be Argentina's next 10 or right winger.
I think he'll be right winger because Echeverri holds down that attacking midfield role, and he was the captain in the under 21s tournaments they played, or under 20s, whatever it was. But Echeverri needs to play, man, as well, because Pep Guardiola, he's moving on flawed settings right now with how he uses these young players. We get young players like Bruno off to Como, playing really well. No, off to Como. But then you keep players like Gundogan, or you bring them back, even worse. Like, we're moving on flawed settings right now. And we've got a lot of good players to bring through here. We've got O'Reilly. We've got Devin Mukasa. Now, I'm not too impatient to see him, but I want to see something of him next season. Just 5 games, if that's all it is, but some games. I want to see something from Echeverri. But Pep Guardiola, yeah, sometimes he does weird stuff. And now that we're bringing in a lot of really good players, great. That's great short term. But I feel like long term, we just don't utilize these young players very well. Whereas Real Madrid, you know what Real Madrid is the best club in the world at? Knowing when to move on a player and knowing when to bring in a player. That's why Real Madrid is dominant. Casemiro, they knew he was washed. Nobody knew Casemiro was washed. Real Madrid knew, moved him on. That is what Real Madrid is the best at. And when they do a youth project, yeah, like they did in 2021, they go and win the league title with that youth project because they know how to balance these things, yeah? Unlike these older teams who are like, even like Man City sometimes, we don't know how to balance these things. And that is what I'm worried about, yeah, because we've got a lot of really good players coming in. Are we going to balance that with the young players we have right now in our academy and on our books? Vitor Hayes, Echeverri. Are we going to balance that? I hope so.
Yeah, my opinion, I think what City's doing is amazing. And I feel like long term, I think your manager is going to be Nagelsmann. Because Pep's contract runs out in 2027, right?
Yeah, I agree. We'll probably get Nagelsmann.
Yeah, Nagelsmann's probably going to be our next coach. I'm saying it from now. Fits the club very well, in my opinion.
Maybe. Big up, Abdullah. Another City rap. Now we have a City galore.
I thought City didn't have fans.
Yeah, exactly. Who said so?
It's 3 of us here.
It's Alf and AK. Big up, you guys. Big up, Ahmed,
Big up.
Liam,
Bless up.
Magneto. Big up. Now, I think it's gotten to the point where that comment is just retarded. It's either you're an idiot or it's become retarded.
Yeah. Especially when
It
City
gets-
have one of the. My bad. Go ahead.
No, but it's cool. It's cool. I'd take no. It's not a big deal, to be quite honest. But yeah. In terms of like next managers, yeah, I think most likely it will be Nagelsmann. But there's this fantasy of having Vincent Kompany. I don't want Vincent Kompany to be the next manager because it'll be a huge job. So I want him to do.
Did he freeze?
Yeah, he freezed for me.
Yeah, am I frozen again?
No, it's Coutinho, Abdullah.
It's
who froze.
Coutinho. Yeah, it's Abdullah.
Oh, Abdullah froze. I thought it was me freezing for a sec. I thought you guys.
I thought it was me freezing as well because everyone was like silent.
You're not gonna lie.
thought I
You're
was
not
silent.
gonna lie. I mean,
Sorry,
your
just cut.
Wi-Fi's been moving suspect last night.
Bro, Wi-Fi is not moving good for some people, bro. I mean, I'm one of them, so I don't know what's going on these days. I actually don't know. But hey, it is what it
We
is,
all
man.
we all share the pain of terrible Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but listen. Oh, now we got an extra one. Oi.
Yo.
Yo.
Yup.
Pick up everyone.
Luis
Luis has better Wi-Fi
What's
walking
up?
outside than these two
Luis.
men over there to gaff.
Yo, did I just hear Unreal? I haven't heard that voice in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
what's
up,
good, bro? Oh, shit.
See, me and Lewis had the same reaction.
Yeah, listen, Real Madrid fan rep.
Listen, it's good to have you back, brother. But continue talking, lads. I don't want to.
Yeah, man.
See, what are you
Yeah.
doing with the background?
I'm just moving bare people around, bro. There are City fans in the bottom, bro. Fuck it.
Right.
To be fair, we deserve that. We've been garbage this season. We've been garbage.
Oh no, but
Yeah,
then for some reason
yeah,
Alf
yeah,
went back
please do
on
that.
top somehow.
Still-
I don't know how Alf decided to go back on top for some reason. But hey,
Because we're
You
Man
want-
City, bruv. We're Man City. We're still better than Man United, so we're still better
Oh
than Man
yeah,
United.
we are miles better than them.
United are
Swallows.
finished.
Yeah, Sultan.
They're getting excited. They're getting excited over Mbumo and freaking Mateus Cunha, and they're thinking, "Oh, the glory days are gonna come back." No, they're not.
bro, you should
And
see
Bruno is
touchline.
good, to be
Bro,
fair.
bro,
Am-
you should see
Amran-
touchline, bro.
Amarin's gonna get sacked by December, and
Oh yeah,
Etsy,
Yeah.
Cool.
it's gonna be the whole
he
cycle
should have
all
been
over
sacked already. They're going to do a Spurs bluff. They're going to keep this guy. They're going to win a Carabao Cup or something, and they'll finish 17th. That's what they'll do. And they'll keep him.
again. They're just
But I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to be that guy, but you know how they're getting gas about Gyökeres. I'm actually worried for Gyökeres himself.
Gyökeres' career is gonna go down the hill.
Like
You know-
people
you know
are gonna
how-
start
Yeah,
saying
I'm
that he's
telling you,
overhyped
you know how-
and all, and
Coutinho.
You know how Chelsea notoriously ruin strikers.
it's gonna be Man
Basically,
United.
post Fergie, they've ruined strikers. Every single striker's flopped since Fergie. So they're not really going to succeed. They can get any other striker. They ruined Lukaku, who was banging in goals for Everton. So they can chat what they want.
Abdullah,
And they ruined Pogba
they
as well.
ruined the
They
likes
ruined
of
Pogba
Pogba
as
as
well.
well.
So yeah, people say Pep ruins players. What do they say about United?
Nah, I hear it, bro. I hear it.
I'm telling
especially
you,
that forward-
Abdullah,
especially-
I'm telling you, United is graveyard FC. They are graveyard FC. That's who they are. They destroy managers, they destroy players, and they destroy the fans. And
But
fans
you-
are just stupidly paying. Fans are stupidly paying pounds into the Glazers' pockets.
To be fair, we do that as well without getting ticket situation. But let's focus on Man United because I like talking shit about them. Man United, just have such a terrible structure at the club. Like, you know what makes a club thrive? It's not a manager. It's not the players. That's short term.
It's the
But
front
long term,
office.
what makes a club thrive, is logistics. Is the structure behind it, and there's no infrastructure at Man United. It's actually laughable. In fact, the infrastructure is so bad that they have to sack their fucking cantina lady. How fucking bad is this club?
They
They got-
had to fire 200. Alf, they had to fire 200 of the staff members.
Yeah,
200
but that's
of
even
the
worse
staff-
than their infrastructure.
200.
Like long term, this stuff is getting worse and worse for Man United. The Glazers, there needs to be a case study on the Glazers on the worst ownership in Premier League history. Like generally worst ownership in Premier League history. Spurs got better ownership. They got better ownership, bruv. Because at least they haven't ruined the infrastructure at Spurs. They just got fucked by a terrible manager. And some bad signings. And even then, they went to and won the Europa League against them. So Spurs fans are happy. If you look at Man United, they are genuinely on course to get relegated in the next 5 years if they don't turn shit around. Because Man United is funny, they can go switch something on. They can go get the correct signings, get the correct manager, and come back up to the table, or they can get it all wrong and they can be relegated within the next 5 years. It's so funny. It's like do a coin toss. But people like talking about history, by the way, especially Man United fans. Here's a history of Man United. After the 1970s, forget that, 1960s, you became irrelevant. You became relevant again with Alex Ferguson after 4 years and a lot of money. Top spender in the 1980s in English football. Remember that. And second top spender in the 1990s. So a lot of money spent. Okay, they're dominating football. Fergie leaves, that dominance goes away. These men, yeah, they talk about history. Their history before and after Fergie has been the same. Shite. And if they can't fix the infrastructure at this team, yeah, that will change.
I mean, you know what though? To be fair though, I mean, since there's like Man City fans all over this place right now. About the play.
Might as well make me the host at this
Is
point.
that my Wi? Is that my Wi-Fi or is it his Wi-Fi?
That is his Wi-Fi, okay?
It's his Wi-Fi.
I might as well be the host at this
Anyways,
point.
Abdullah.
Zed keeps disconnecting.
No. Oh yeah, sorry,
Anyhow.
Abdullah. By the way, we're getting 3 top signings this summer.
Yeah.
3
signings. I think we just need maybe potentially a right back. We need a right back still. No, we need to. No, I don't think we need
a goalkeeper though.
Yeah,
Scott
you guys
leaving.
need a right back and a
right back.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, we need a right back. Oh, please.
We need
Yo,
a right back,
Unreal,
definitely.
brother. Yo, brother. I know who you're suggesting. I know who you were suggesting. It's not Luke. It's not Lucas Vasquez. Please.
Livramento. It's Livramento. I was gonna suggest Livramento.
Oh yeah. Good.
We're not gonna get Livramento. We're not gonna get Livramento. No chance.
How much money would you put on Livramento before it's too much?
I don't care. Just pay whatever it
40,
takes.
40, 30, 30, 40.
We've got like £100 million in budget. Would you pay that much for Livramento?
I'll pay
30,
80,
40.
80, 90.
That also includes interruption.
Can I just say that's why I did it, because the mutants, the Man United mutants got rid of me, bro. They're like mutants controlling my internet, bro. No, but I was gonna say before I got distracted that they're City fans, so I had to play the City fan chant. You know,
of course.
They're all falling down. Yeah, man. Hey, speaking of United, who enjoys these lovely shouts? Play the fucking clip.
It's Niagara Falls. It's Niagara Falls.
It's Niagara Falls, yeah. The falls of Old Trafford, the tears of Old Trafford.
Yeah, man.
There's a reason why we call it the swamp. Right, so
you want to know a funny story? You want to know a funny story?
Yeah, speaking of fucking rats, this fucking rat ain't joining my club. That's for sure. Reject me, please. I'm not sad.
Well done, Ahmed. Well done.
It's a funny story.
Well done, Bruno. Well done, fucking Bruno, bro.
Hey, Zed. They got Michael.
Bro. Hey,
it's a funny story, yeah? It's a funny story. The new elementary, not a single elementary schooler, and the lowest grades of secondary school were not alive the last time Man United won the Premier League.
Yikes.
So we're talking most kids pretty much. They weren't alive when Man United last won a Premier League. 12 years old, bro. 12 years old. They don't remember it. These are the people growing up right now. 12 years old. They remember Man City winning league titles. They've never seen Man United win a league title. They've never seen them win a Champions League. They've seen Man City win the treble. So from their perspective, who's the biggest club in Manchester? I'm just asking, because we know glory does grow a club. So I'm just saying. I'm not implying anything. I'm just stating some facts there.
No, we know what you're implying, bro. That's not.
Well, history was Man United. Yeah. Obviously, it takes it. But yeah, recent domination, City, it's Manchester's
Exactly.
blue.
Yeah, Andrea knows this.
Honestly, if Man United keep like running the club the same way, I feel like by like 20, 30 years, City will overtake them in history. My
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, maybe.
True,
Depends on
true
how
that.
we run ourselves, though. But like,
Yeah,
we still
yeah,
need to
They're never.
run ourselves well.
They're not going to sell up. The Glazers aren't going to sell up. They've already bought land and stuff like that. So
Great stuff, isn't it? Great
Villa
stuff.
staying for another 10 more years, I'm in.
Give them
Honestly,
20 more years.
I think they'll be here
Honestly.
20 more years at least 20 years, at least another 20 years they'll be here. By the
Or
time
the Chelsea gets relegated.
by that time they'll either be relegated and they'll basically become a museum officially.
Honestly, there's only like two ways I see Man United like getting like back to top, getting back on top.
They sell
One,
their club, but they're not going to sell their club.
they
That's the
sell
only
their
way.
club, but to who? Like they sell their club to a royal something. They sell it to a royal
Middle East,
family or
no.
something.
No, Middle
The
East.
royal family manages the FA. If like one of the royal family buy Man United, imagine all the corruption allegations going down then. Because who is it? One of the princes. I'm not sure which prince it is, but one of the princes is the head of the FA right now. Not sure who it is. So.
Oh yeah,
which
Prince
prince
William. Prince William. Prince William.
Okay, it's Prince William. Yeah.
Prince William.
Yeah, but I mean like a Middle Eastern royal family. They're like a Qatari, but that's like 10%. That's like 99% not happening, because Qatar owns PSG. Emirates is basically it sponsors Arsenal. Etihad sponsors City and all that. Maybe a Saudi royal family has Newcastle.
Saudis won't buy clubs for the Saudis. Yeah, they want to make their own league. They're not going to buy a club in a foreign league.
Well, they already have Newcastle.
Exactly, they have Newcastle.
Yeah, but that was before they decided to redo the entire Saudi league. Like they realized Newcastle, it's not really working out. Let's try to do it domestic. And even then, if you already have Newcastle, why buy like Man United? Newcastle is a lot better place.
I think once. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see a royal family getting Man United. So the only way you basically save them is like you make good decisions, which the Glazers have been doing for the past I don't know how many years now.
And then it was silent.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Oh wait, nobody's speaking. Well, guys, I say we change the conversation before I lag out again. So
watch him lag out.
There you are. Florian Wirtz, talking about number 10. What are we saying about that? Do you think that he's full of it, or do you actually think that he actually does not care about the 10? Like, what are we saying about this? Because that's part of the whole idea.
He's actually full of it. He's full of it because Ahmed, I'll tell you why. First of all, let's talk about his massive salary expectation. Yeah, 300K. Yeah, and he's priced at 150 million, and he wants the number 10. Now I'm telling you, Wirtz has just been greedy at this point.
He doesn't want the 10, AK. Doesn't want the 10. He'd come out.
You don't think so? You think Wirtz is saying the truth then?
Yeah. You wouldn't call out a reporter if you're talking out your ass.
You know what I think about it though, yeah? Because it's like the way he says it, it's like he wants to show himself off as being the better guy. Like it's not actually being humble. It's like pretending to be humble so that people praise you to be humble. It's like different. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it feels different. It feels.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Just do your thing, and then people respect you by. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. But I don't know. For me, this whole Wirtz thing, like when he's saying that, I think he's trying to cover up for whatever's going on.
And they lacked out again.
Even like the whole, but then again, I actually did like out. Am I back?
Yes.
Am I back? Am I back? No, I was just
Take
saying.
a shot. Take a shot every time Zay lacks out.
Yeah,
Non-alcoholic. Non-alcoholic.
I mean, you can do it. I don't give a fuck. I don't do it. That's the point I was gonna say. Listen, at the end of the day, man, let's see how it goes. By the way, Prime, I'll add you in a second. I need to edit this thing, but I will add you in a second. But I just think this screams Wirtz being desperate to getting what he wants, man. That's what it screams to me. He'll get it probably, or he'll stay at Leverkusen. But I was having this conversation with Liam. I don't see him moving to us at all. Like this whole thing ends up, forget about it. So, yeah, listen, it's just a matter of time before that. Here we go happens for Liverpool if they actually execute the deal right. That's what I think.
Question for the panel: do you think he's going to stay there for majority of his career?
Chelsea.
Do you think he was going to stay at? Okay.
Nah.
You know what I think is going to happen with Wirtz? One of two things is going to happen. Either Liverpool break the bank, go buy him. They don't buy anyone else other than what they've already done. Or they don't break the bank. They try to buy replacements for Wirtz. And then Wirtz leaves on a free from Bayer Leverkusen. If he leaves on a free, he's either going to Liverpool or Man City has won the league title again. So his fickle mind is like, oh, Man City is champion, let's go there. Or Real Madrid comes in for him. That's what's going to happen, bro. He's so fickle, I think. This guy is so fickle. He doesn't know what he wants, bro. He's like a teenage girl, bro. He don't know what he wants.
Honestly, you know, if I was Wirtz, I would probably move to Arsenal. I'm gonna say this. Arsenal, yeah.
Bro,
Arsenal.
are you dizzy, bro?
Arsenal.
I'm pretty sure.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
To win what? They're the new Tottenham.
Okay, yeah, I know. But look at their players. Saliba,
Bro,
Saka.
I got mad respect for you, bro, but that is mad.
Saliba will end up in a top European side.
Yeah, we're not going for him. We already got Howson, better player. Yeah, listen, I'm saying this because Arsenal don't have a real 10. Odegaard is.
They can't afford him. They can't afford him.
They can.
But they can, but they can't afford anyone else anymore.
But
Speaking of Arsenal, we have an Arsenal hater here. Chelsea in our new representation.
Ladimus.
Prime, my bro.
You
know, heritage is back to a degree.
Big up, Prime.
West London Tory Blue Cowboy.
Your debut on the heavyweight show.
Cowboy, yeah, Cowboy.
West London Tory Blue Cowboy. Ladimus knows his fan base. Most of them are Tories. So
there you go. What are you saying, Prime, man?
I'm good. Apologies here that I'm late. Apologies, guys. I just had stuff to deal with and whatnot. But yeah, I'm glad to be on the show.
Big up.
Okay, you guys don't hear me.
So
we can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Prime, Champions League next season,
Yeah.
eh? Champions League next season.
Congrats on the Conference League, brother.
Oh, thank you.
So how does it feel? How does it feel to build a team of our players, of our youth players? Because Leon Lap, yeah, by the way.
Any comments about that?
About what?
Building a team of our academy.
You're basically
Palmer.
You're Man City B.
Yeah,
Man City B.
Yeah, exactly.
The Man City's B team at this point. We both call ourselves the Blues, by the way. But nah.
Yeah,
I'll jump aside there.
Palmer's a quality player.
Yeah, I agree.
The Lap's cool. I mean, he wasn't my first choice.
Who was?
To be fair, but he is a young talent, so we'll see how that one pans out.
Who was your first choice, if not the Lap?
Victor Osimhen. I wanted an experienced, reliable striker.
He would have been better.
Experienced, reliable.
By the way,
I'm
I'm going to warn you right now. If this guy is being greedy for money in Saudi, bro, that guy, they greedy everywhere he goes, bro. I don't know how anyone's going to get him, bro, the way he's been moving. I'll be honest, bro. This awesome.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to Saudi.
Yeah, no, but apparently there was a conversation going on. So why would there be a conversation though?
Why would you entertain it?
Because Saudi Al Hilal specifically, they want him. They want him to come before the World Cup, the Club World Cup as well. But he doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I agree that Hilal wanted him, but Osimhen entertained the idea, and there was discussions, and he was open to joining if he got what he wanted. But the fact that he didn't get what he wanted, he also technically rejected. Another one. Disagreement.
I feel like Osimhen is gonna go to Bayern. I don't know why. I have that stinky feeling.
I don't think Bayern want Osimhen.
I haven't seen any links. I haven't seen any links to suggest that.
Bro, I don't want.
No, like future-wise, like 5-6 years time.
But Liam, don't you need the big boy striker? Don't you need like a proven big boy striker?
But is he proven?
He is. I'm not really proven, but he needs to still do more. But I feel like he'd be a very good Harry Kane successor.
Would he?
You guys, he would honestly. Honestly, in my opinion, all Bayern need is a left winger, and they'll be competing for the UCL.
Yeah,
and the center back.
But we need a proper left winger, not just any left winger. That's the thing.
Yeah, you guys. There's a lot of
the left wing market is pretty much garbage.
That's the problem. That's my worry. Yeah, Abdul. That's my worry.
What? There's only there's Leao. Only Leao. That's a standout left winger.
There's Leao, Williams, Barcola. Who else?
Williams and
Rodrigo.
Barcola is a scrub. Rodrigo's not a left winger. He's a right winger.
He is a left winger though.
By the way,
but by the way, Ahmed's a Madrid fan. He'll tell you they play. Rodrigo's a better left winger than right winger. By the way, I watch Madrid.
Okay,
he plays better.
Yeah. So there are rumors of him leaving. By the way.
Yeah. Osimhen has played like 15 games.
Ahmed. Sorry. Onryo. Is it true? I mean, like, is it confirmed that he is leaving Real? Is he leaving Real Madrid?
Well, yeah, the reports. There are rumors of him leaving, but I'm telling you this. I feel like he's leaving because we signed this guy, Mastantuono, who's a right winger.
Oh, from River Plate, Zaha.
Yeah, so I feel like Perez is planning long term.
Isn't he a number 10? Isn't he a number 10?
I don't know, but they beat PSG to the deal, I believe.
Yeah. He's a right winger, number 10. I feel like we're planning for him long term as a right winger.
I generally thought Mastantuono was going to go to PSG, considering they've just won the Champions League. So I thought that deal was pretty much done. But
it's like winning Champions League. Winning Champions League.
Real Madrid Aura is all I have to say. Real Madrid Aura. Greatest club of all time.
Winning Champions League once is like not really gonna be enough to make PSG more attractive than Man City or than
But I think they're favourites. I think they're favourites for the Champions League again next season.
Madrid or PSG?
They've got the best. PSG have got comfortably the best midfield in the world. Comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's if you're looking at it right now. But Man City getting Rodri back, Reinders coming in, Cherki coming in.
The thing, look. To be fair, we don't know how Rodri's going to come back because ACLs are unpredictable. You could have an ACL which is like Van Dijk and comes back even better, or you can have an ACL and
end up like Leroy Sané, bro.
Yeah,
that's why you need to manage him carefully. But you've got Nico Gonzalez there still. Like you've got quality players in that midfield. And if you don't rate Nico Gonzalez,
Speaking of Nico Gonzalez, Alf. Speaking of Nico Gonzalez, we basically bought him as a backup in January. as a backup for Rodri. I think we should use him more.
He's gonna be your long-term six, guys. Nico. He's gonna be Rodri's Rodri's successor.
The problem is, Pep Guardiola has weird ideas sometimes. And that is also my favorite quote for Pep Guardiola. He has weird ideas sometimes because this man, he will see the solution, he will use it, he will win a game, Newcastle 4-0, and then he will be like, fuck this shit, let's revert back.
Formula.
So, weird guy, Pep. But if you look at Man City's midfield, I think we're going to have a really good midfield next season. I think Real Madrid's midfield is not that bad either. Like Real Madrid,
they're gonna get Angelo Stiller as well. Aren't they gonna get Angelo Stiller?
I hope we don't get him. He's so shit, man. I hope we don't get him. He's ass.
But Real Madrid already have Jude Bellingham, who's a really good box-to-box.
And we have Chouameni, who's been amazing this season. If you guys watched him, he's been amazing.
They've got Valverde, who's an incredible player.
Valverde.
So they've got players.
Modric, I heard he's leaving. Modric is leaving for sure.
Did he just say Stiller shit?
Yeah, he is.
He said
not
Stiller.
Shit, not shit.
Stiller is not shit, bro.
He's not shit, but he's not good enough to play for Real Madrid. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, he's better than all your midfielders, bro.
No, come on, bro. Chouameni is not better than him.
He's better than Chouameni.
He's
a lot of Real Madrid aggregators are saying he's seen as the a Toni Kroos regen.
No.
You're saying that Stillard. I rate Stillard, by the way. But you're saying that Stillard is better than Valverde.
Than who?
Valverde.
Stillard better than Valverde.
Well, Valverde's more of a. He's not necessarily that position, is he?
He's a utility player.
Yeah.
Valverde is Valverde is a starter, but Valverde is he goes everywhere. He's midfield.
Yeah, that's what I mean by utility. That's what I mean. He's a starting player.
But so does Kimmich. But Kimmich is still a midfielder at the end of the day.
Listen,
I think he's better right back. He acts like a midfielder, but he's better at right back.
Honestly, we don't need to sign. We don't need to sign Stiller. We have a 6.
Who?
On our academy.
His
name is Shema. He's very good. He's very good.
I'm sorry, you need a midfielder. You can't be relying.
Shema Andres. His name is Shema Andres. He's like Rodri, by the way. He's like Rodri.
What do you think? Now, I want to ask Ahmed a question. Do you think them talk? Because I've seen aggregators saying they plan to go for Rodri next summer, and they hope that he doesn't.
I don't see it because number one, Rodri's old. I think he's getting old. He just came off an injury.
He's only 28.
Yeah,
he's just 28.
Sure, he's 28. But injury, you have to also add that the injury. We don't like to get players who are washed, who might be washed. I'm not implying anything here. If you get what I mean.
Okay, fair point. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and I think we're planning. I think Chouameni has already solidified his place as our long-term 6.
Okay, fair point. So what's going to happen to Camavinga then?
Camavinga, he might leave, but I hope he stays. I really love Camavinga.
Really? I thought he would be your number 8, the long-term number 8.
Ideally, I think we wanted him to be Modric's successor, but now I'm not really sure because Güler and Camavinga, I'm not really sure he's going to be Modric's successor. But if I could make one player Modric's successor, I'd make it Camavinga because he has the qualities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Camavinga needs to be played more now that Modric is.
Yeah.
Abdullah, we were once at one point we were actually in for Camavinga, and
yeah, true.
We were actually linked with.
It was a year ago. I think it was a year ago.
Yeah, that was a year ago. Yeah.
It was this season as well. You guys were linked to him in January, I think.
Yeah,
February.
but we weren't gonna get him in January. We weren't gonna get him in January.
Yeah, obviously not.
Yeah, well,
I just want to get a right back, if not a right winger as well, this summer.
Coutinho, who would be our ideal right back? Because obviously Frimpong was our ideal right
No.
back.
No, not
But
right
he
back.
was never
he
gonna be
was
right
an
back.
ideal
He
target.
can't defend. He can't defend. We're gonna have to get.
No,
We're
he
gonna
can't
have to get. We're gonna have to get an English. We're gonna have to get an English right back. We have to, because of this stupid homegrown quota rule. So
Yeah, so I think Livramento then. So I think Livramento.
But we're not gonna. The thing is, we're not gonna go for. We're not gonna pay the money that they want. Like
Why
I
not?
haven't seen.
We've got so much money available, and right back is a position.
Yeah,
we
but
need
our
to
club's
grow.
cheap. Alf, you should know our club by now. We're cheap. We're cheap. Even though we have so much money, we're just cheap.
Yeah, Abdullah, I was gonna say, I find it weird that you man move cheap for how much you have.
We are cheap, man. You've seen.
Yeah,
Come on, Zia.
I find
Zia,
it
you're
very well.
Zia, you're Arab. I'm Arab. We've seen even the
Yeah.
middle class, working class, even the rich ones. My dad's been around these sheikhs, yeah, all around these sheikhs. They're
Yeah,
stingy. They're stingy. They don't even like to give tips. You've got these American middle class people. They like to give out tips, but these sheikhs don't like to give out tips. So if they can't give out tips, they can't even. They wouldn't.
Yeah,
pay,
but by
pay
the way,
money.
I'll tell you something about Arabs though, Abdullah. You know, that's the they'll give it. If you deserve it, they'll give it.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah,
they
of
think it's not, when they think my style, they won't do it, bro. That's the thing.
Of course, yeah.
Like that's the thing with Arabs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But bro,
I know.
so speaking of stingy, I say we move on. You know, we move on to a shit show performance from a German defender that we signed. Liam, Lewis, uncomfortable conversations.
Guys, look at the chat. Look at what I'm gonna type.
Okay, Ahmed, I'll look at the charges. But
Look at the
Jonathan
chat.
Tah, guys.
Yeah, what about him?
Yeah, we have to talk about. Okay.
Oh
Ahmed,
my god! Oh my goodness!
Oh my god, Ahmed. Okay, yeah, we don't talk about
Oh,
that.
my Lord.
But yeah, Jonathan Lewis is laughing his ass off in the market right now. But yeah, he obviously played against Portugal, and we just signed him on a free. And the performance he had is not a good look for what we're supposed to be improving at a backline. It's really not a good look.
No,
Do you know?
I don't disagree. But at the same time, the way I see it personally is one, he's playing with bum defenders. He hasn't got Rudiger next to him. He doesn't even have Scutterbeck next to him. I don't even rate Scutterbeck, but he doesn't even have him next to him. He's got fucking Anton. So there's that. He's playing in a back three. Nagelsmann's system's totally different to companies. So that's how I see it. But I will be first to call him out 100% if he's shit for Bayern, of course.
Guys, honestly, if I was Bayern, I'd get Goalkeeper and keep Tah as depth rotational center back.
Yeah, but Lukeba, listen, he looked good at the start, but he hasn't looked the same since second half season. That's why that's when they were conceding a lot of goals.
Do you know I compare Tah to? Considering his age, I compare him to the point where we brought in Akanji as a fifth choice centre back, and then he's because of injuries started to play week in week out. Like Akanji can never start for us, and he still does.
Bro, I want that Burnley centre back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know much.
Maxim Ezemev, I believe is how you say his name.
I think he's
I
linked
don't know.
to you guys. Anything? And I think he's linked to another club as well.
Yeah, he's linked
He's
to
linked
Palace.
to Everton, no?
Palace. Yeah. Because I was watching my friend's channel. He's a Crystal Palace fan. Eagle-eyed football. Subscribe to him. He's good. They're linked to him. They're linked to him as well. So yeah, I think it was you and Bayern. But aren't you guys looking to get Gay as well or not?
Yeah, we were looking at him, but I think the money is too. Yeah, but the money is. I don't think we're gonna get him because of the money. I think the other guy at least is cheaper option.
Because I think because Gay has 1 year left on his contract, and then
I would like him.
They're gonna have to sell Gay, and whoever wants Gay. So I think it's probably gonna be a top 6 club or a European club who want Gay, and then that Burnley centre back will probably go to Crystal Palace, in my opinion. So it's like a merry-go-round, in my opinion, of centre backs.
Quick question for Zir and Liam. How do you guys feel about Urbik? Based on what you've seen.
Zir, you frozen or are you just thinking?
Yeah, Zir's frozen.
Oh,
Zir's
frozen.
frozen.
Urbik is definitely one
Yay!
without a doubt. I think a lot of
Here we
people
go, another shot.
Fucking hell. I think personally, a lot of people are shitting on him for what he did in these games, but at the same time, he should never have been playing for us. Manuel Neuer got himself injured by celebrating like a donkey. So that's personally how I see it. He should never have been playing. You know what I mean? He's a young lad. There was no need for him to play. But the reason he played is because of Neuer getting injured, you know? So no, I like what I see. To be honest with you, and you got to take into account that if he had a better defense in front of him, you know, maybe some of these shots don't even get to him. You know, if we didn't have Kim Min Bitch there, you know, maybe some of these shots don't get in. You know, Upper can't defend the back four, bruv, on his own. So that just is what it is.
Well,
Dyer did good, but like. Again, Dyer can't do
yeah,
everything on his own either. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I think Urbik is good. I think these matches were, you know, a sort of good experience for him.
No, I don't disagree with that. To be fair, that I don't.
Yeah.
Good experience.
Zir, what do you think? What do you think, Zir, about Urbik?
Bro, there's no way he's lagging on his phone as well.
No way. Zir.
Bro, bro, I guarantee you, because I'm looking at my phone signal thing. It's 2 fucking bars, 5G, bro. I need to live elsewhere. This is not the place for me to live. I swear down, bro. Bro, محمد تعرف المنطقة الثمامة?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
how
what about it?
Majid, it's like near the desert? Yeah. I think that's the problem.
Oh yeah. The signal is bad and like
New part of
satellite,
Riyadh
right?
problems. New part of Riyadh problems.
Right. Well, while you can speak, what do you think of Urbik?
While I can speak though, I think Orbage needs. I think Lewis said it best at one point, and whenever we talk about Bayern, you could put any goalkeeper, and we're conceding goals galore because of our back line. So anyone that's calling him out for some of the mistakes he's had, yes, he's made mistakes. He deserves criticism, but I still think he deserves a go. Because listen, I actually think he can make a lot of saves, and I still think that his ball playing ability at the same time is good enough. Like you see signs that there's something in that goalkeeper. It's just a matter of also Neuer teaching him certain things, and that comes with experience as well. The experience that Neuer had, you can teach if he's good enough or not. That's what I think we should do, bro. I think goalkeeper is the least of our worries compared to other positions. I'm more concerned about
centre backs. Yeah, I agree.
That's the least of my worries.
I wanna ask something about him. Is his shot stopping good? Because that's a very important part in a goalkeeper.
Yeah, it is.
I agree with you, and I think it is. Yes,
it is good enough. Is it
yes.
Is it UCL final level? I can rely on him.
I don't know if he
not
goes
yet,
that
but
far
still
just
good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
it's
time,
not yet. It's not yet. No, but again, but Ahmed, these things.
Bro, we need to call this show Freezy or something, bro.
Freezy.
Oh yeah, yes. Bro, I'm getting trolled for Inter. Bro, I need to move out of this fucking compound, bro. I swear down. But listen, I was saying, Ahmed, these things come. He needs to be playing with Bayern the higher level.
Lewis, what do you think, man? If you could speak.
I think the same. I don't think he has that UCL final shot stopping ability, but he's still young. He can still develop that.
Yeah.
I just feel like whatever criticism he got this season was harsh based off how like backwards our back line was at times in a lot of games. And I would like for him to start, but with Neuer here, it's just not going to happen. I just think it's more beneficial for him to go on loan and develop himself.
Yeah.
No, I agree 1,000%. I agree. What did the opposition? Well, not opposition, but you know what I mean. Like, Prime, what do you think of some of our players, like our defense and so on?
I haven't watched Bayern much or at all really this season, but just from Zier's lagging bad.
No, I switched from phone to thingy now.
Okay. But yeah, just from like what I've heard Zier and Liam speak about Bayern Munich and some Bayern fans that I follow on Twitter, I think you guys need to revamp your forward line. Like I hear Zier complain a lot about Kane and about like how much he keeps dropping into midfield and stuff like that. But the thing about Kane is, and even England have this problem that they, for some reason, don't notice, is that when Kane drops in to receive the ball, you need runners to then occupy the space he vacates. At Spurs, he had Son who would make those runs, but at England, Saka doesn't do that, and they play Foden on the left wing for some weird reason. And now at Bayern, Sane has no legs anymore. Gnabry's just been shit for years, and Coleman is Coleman. I think you guys need better. You need better inside forwards from a goal scoring perspective. Like Olise is quality, but he's not. He's more of a creator than a goal scorer. If you get a quality left winger, whose just main job is just to, and again, maybe people don't rate Leao to the highest level. That's fine, but just someone who you can reliably trust to get goals in that forward line, because you already have Musiala that creates, Olise creates. Kane will want to drop in and ping a 60-yard ball like he always does. Well, who is he going to ping that ball to? Not to Musiala.
He needs a runner. You
just need someone who can just run and score goals. So getting like a Leao,
Barcola,
or even a Rodrigo if he's available. Barcola is not that good, but getting a Leao or maybe trying for a Rodrigo, or to be fair, Rashford's not necessarily good either. But you get what I mean. That sort of like profile of you can get.
I understand. Yeah. Someone that just runs
that massively helps. That massively helps Bayern and pushes them forward. In terms of your defense, I mean, Kimmich should be thrown off a cliff. To be fair,
agreed.
Kimmich should be playing right back.
Yeah, he shouldn't even. Kimmich shouldn't even be playing right back. He should be gone. I like Pavlovic.
If you guys see him, if you guys see how Kimmich plays for Germany at right back, I think he's very good there.
Yeah, but that because he plays in the right side.
Only question is, can he manage to play in a company high line at right back? That's the only question.
Well, he tucks in there as it is.
Yeah.
To be.
This man getting kicked off his own channel, bruv.
Zier, why don't you just? Is it your Wi-Fi that's not working?
So I don't know what it is, because I have a LAN cable and all, but for some reason I'm still lagging.
Why don't you?
It's probably.
Do you have
cable connected?
Do you have mobile data on your phone?
Mobile data. Yes, I have 5G on my phone. That's what I use, but that's what I'm on. I'm not even on Wi-Fi on my phone. That's what you're asking.
No, connect your 5G to your laptop. Maybe that will help.
Oh, you mean like hotspot?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, like a hotspot, yeah.
Let me see if that works, because
you're killing your 5G, by the way, by using it for this.
Yo, Zay, I'm telling you, you need to actually give a call to your internet provider and
Yeah, you
just
talking
soothe
about
him.
that.
Just soothe him.
Hit them up, say, bro, there's eight rights. You've been paying the taxes, man. You've been paying the taxes and the bills.
By the way, I switched it now. Is it better for now?
For now.
Yeah. Much better now.
Okay. Yeah. So where was I before I was told I'm lagging? I don't even remember where I was.
I don't either.
We were talking about Kimmich.
Oh yeah, I was saying Kimmich plays better in right back than he does in midfield. I was gonna say as well, like when he plays under company, to be fair, Kimmich usually does tuck back, but even then, the problem is we concede a lot of chances when Kimmich pushes himself upward, and then there's like two defenders only there. So either way, I mean, it depends if Kimmich stays there, but he doesn't stay there. He only drops back for build-up play. And then by the time we have the ball forward in front of goal, you have Kimmich pushing up forward, more forward than some players even, just cross the ball in. But by the time we lose it, transition goes, boom, only two center-backs are there. I think Davies.
Yo, again, your 5G is moving mad.
Does well, he probably can't even hear. Do you have a lot of tabs open on your laptop?
This is why Davies.
Zier, close the tabs in your laptop, bro.
Zier, press Control Shift Escape.
Yeah.
Do Control Shift Escape. It opens your task manager. You need to close some tasks, bro. That laptop must be going.
Close your tabs, bro.
Do Control Shift Escape. That opens Task Manager, and then you can go to I don't know what it says in whatever language your PC is, but in English it will say like performances. And if you go to performances, check your processor and memory. If your processor is going like over 60%, it's fucked in it. And if your memory is fucked, well,
it says my memory is 45%. So it says my memory is
45%.
40 now it's 46.53.
Yeah, it's gonna be like around 40s. That's okay.
Like CPU now is going 52, 54, 47, memory 46.
Yeah.
But now, that's what it's saying.
What about processor or GPU?
Yeah, CPU is 58. Now
and GPU.
Oh, GPU. I don't know where. I don't see. I only see CPU, memory, disk, network.
Oh, you don't have a GPU. Okay. So everything's coming down on your CPU. Okay. And do you have Ethernet?
Yeah. You know what? I might actually have to remove few applications. Maybe that's an issue.
Yeah, close some background processors. That can help. This is more of a tech stream now.
Did someone see what Catalan said?
Yeah.
Oh my! Wait.
Yeah, I don't have that, bro.
They've been busted.
Also,
shut up, bitch! Oh my
god! Fucking fraud.
You are a fraud, bro.
Catalan,
look at your internet.
You're sick. You're sick.
Oh dear. This is a football.
Everyone's gonna stay quiet.
Stop making sense, says Lookman. Gasperini has left Atalanta and gone to Roma. So if I was Bayern, I would go for Lookman. I want Lookman at Chelsea. So
I
I'd
wouldn't
go
mind
and spend big on.
I wouldn't
I
mind
would take him, but I don't think Bayern will go for him because they're dumb.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Brian. To be fair, Chelsea should go in for Lookman now.
Oh, actually, well, I know he's not had the best of a couple of seasons, and to be fair, let's see how much this club is willing to
But
sell.
I'm telling you,
But for Bayern,
Lookman for you, Lookman for you guys.
hold on, AK. For Bayern, I know it's a bit of a crazy shout, but in terms of being a goal-scoring inside forward, I don't think Martinelli would be the worst option in the world.
No.
I know he looks shit under Arteta, but it's Arteta. I think under an attacking system at Bayern, the space he would have to run into from the feeding off the passes from Kane, Olise, and Musiala, I think Martinelli would actually get goals. Now, I'm not saying he should be your first choice. I'm not saying he should be your first choice.
Attacking. I hear you, because I remember in our attacking season that Arsenal had, the one that they bottled the league. That one, to be fair, he was cooking. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not saying your first choice. I'm not saying your first choice at all. By the way,
No, I know.
I'm just naming you the sort of profiles. Yeah,
if you're gonna bring him in for a cheap price, as well as then have another player in there, then yeah, fine.
Yeah, like obviously, Lookman, Rodrigo, they'd be your top targets. But if you get like a Martinelli and he's cheap, like 35 mil, then that's good. That's a very good price. And like, I don't rate Martinelli highly in terms of a talent, but he is someone that can actually score goals if you use him properly and you're not stupid like Arteta. Which I don't rate Company highly, but Company's not stupid. So,
how highly do you guys rate Company? Just a question, because I heard a lot of people say this. People are like, "Oh, I don't rate Company highly, but like he's not bad either." Like, what type of level of club do you think Company should be at? Because if you don't rate him, he shouldn't be at Bayern. But like, you also don't think he's bad, so he shouldn't be at some random mid-table club. So what level should Company be at then?
I think he needs players, mate. To be honest with you, the players we've got at this football club are wank. They just are. They're terrible. You know, like, you expecting him to be able to do anything with fucking Sasha Bowie? Like, come on now, with all due respect. Like, BBL Bowie and all of that. Like, fucking hell. So,
guys, I want to ask a question. Like, if you could like name a club right now to win the UCL, like from early for next season, what would you pick?
Man City.
PSG.
Man City.
PSG.
City, PSG. Okay. Who else?
I'll always go Bayern, but I don't think that's realistic.
I
would say depending on how they do this summer, Barca. But it's very dependent on what they do this summer.
They already signed the goalkeeper, which is very, very good. They're out. They're finally, Joan Garcia, very good.
Man, I'm still salty about Joan Garcia, by the way. We had overhated backing Ederson to stay. Man like midfielder, I'm good on the ball, but I can't fucking stop a shot to save my life. Meanwhile, Barcelona are going to sign Joan Garcia. Bro, I'm so tired here, because every time that we're like in a big moment, our goalkeepers are not the difference makers in those moments. Ederson, bro, he cannot command his box for the life of him. It's not unfair. Ederson cannot command his box.
No. I remember one point this season and last season, people twerking for freaking Bumtega. Bumtega only did that save against Strong, and that's it. Edison saved us in the Champions League final and saved us many other times as well. So,
thank you. You're saying that, because I had Chelsea fans last year twerking for Ortega to sign in Chelsea, and I'm like,
you can have Ortega. I can't lie. I'm telling you this. He cost us two FA Cup finals. It's unforgivable. Losing against Salford, Trafford, Sheffield United.
Chelsea fans were telling me that he's better than Ederson.
And I'll tell you what's more unforgivable, Abdullah. losing to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
By the way,
okay,
like,
but other than that, yeah, Ederson has a lot of bad moments too. Ortega, I don't rate. Now, I don't blame the cup final against Crystal Palace on him because let's be honest, he should have never conceded that shot. That was woeful on Akanji. So Crystal Palace, I don't blame on Ortega. I don't rate Ortega enough though because you look at what he did in the FA Cup final against Man United. That was woeful. Neither of our goalkeepers are there in the big moments. Ederson had one good 6 months in his career as a shot stopper.
Ederson has been great for us. Ederson has been great for us.
But
In what regard? Passing the ball?
But
he's been a disaster for the most of his Man City career. Stop shotting.
That's not
shot
fair.
stopping wise.
No,
by the way, guys, my opinion.
You know what I think with Ederson? I think Ederson's best season is your treble winning season because that was when he was really saving you.
Yeah,
but other seasons he was lackluster. I'm not gonna lie. Other seasons he was lackluster.
I mean, maybe in the last year or so you can say he's declined, but for the most part, City Ederson's been brilliant. He's a world class, or he was a world class goalkeeper. But because you have Courtois and Alisson, people think Ederson's not that good, which is wrong.
Alisson's been shaky this past year and a half. Let's be honest. Alisson's
but I'm not talking about this year and a half. I'm talking about his career at City. He's been a world class goalkeeper.
Yeah, I feel like people praise Ederson more for his ability on the ball rather than his shot stopping.
Yeah, but that's because of how good on the ball he is.
No, but his shot stopping isn't as bad as people make it out to be,
bro.
Not as bad.
Obviously, it's not as bad as people make out, but it's not to the level that you need to win all the big ones. But
it clearly is on the level. But City have won.
But let's be honest. When it mattered the most, in Champions League, some of the goals that they've conceded that got them eliminated, Ederson played the role, unfortunately.
Hold on. But by that same logic, why don't we look at Alisson? Why don't we look at Alisson that same way?
No, Alisson has had mess ups as well, though.
Ederson has the same number. Hold on. Ederson has the same number of Champions Leagues as Alisson and has treble the league titles that Alisson has. But we look at Alisson
and also played on
but I'm looking at these goals in but I'm looking at goals conceded in isolation. Like for example, the Madrid comeback one, that first one that was scored should have never happened to give the momentum for that comeback. Should have never.
You remember Aston Villa that we won 3-2 to win the league title. The first two goals, Ederson should have stopped them.
Yeah, but we can also name howlers that Alisson's had.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember. I think there was a howler. There were howlers he had against Man City. I think when Man City won 4-1.
So just a question to Alf. Who would you get? Because we're not going to get Chevalier. Chevalier is probably going to go. Is going to go to Paris Saint-Germain or will go to Aston Villa. So he's off the table.
Why would Chevalier go to PSG to hold the bench?
No, because apparently Donnarumma is on the way out. Apparently
so go get him, but Donnarumma is not leaving, I believe.
Donnarumma is apparently on the way back to Italy. So
I don't feel like Donnarumma.
I doubt that, to be honest. But
I'm not
you
gonna.
can go get me.
Why would you let?
Wait, what Italian club is he on the way to?
Apparently Juventus.
Well, yeah,
I don't see it.
With the wages that Donnarumma's on at PSG, no Italian club can afford it. So unless he's willing to take a wage cut, he's not leaving.
Yeah,
maybe he is. Maybe he's homesick. Maybe he's homesick. Considering he's now won the treble, there's nothing else to achieve. Well, unless he wants to dominate with PSG. I wouldn't leave the PSG project. I generally wouldn't leave the PSG project if I was.
Yeah, and also, why would PSG sell him? Because honestly, I feel like Donnarumma is
because he has one. I don't think he has long left on his contract. I think he has 1 year left on his contract. Apparently.
I don't know, but if I'm PSG,
instead of losing him on a free.
If I'm PSG, I'd actually keep him because this is Donnarumma is the type of goalkeeper you need for the UCL, the big matches.
Let's be honest, because he's been a bit of a bozo. I think last year. So yeah. But no, he's coming clutch, especially against Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah,
he single-handedly won
Liverpool.
them the tie. So
Also semis. Who did they play the semis PSG against?
like all he needs to do is win the World Cup. Let's be honest.
This season they played against Arsenal.
Yeah, semi-finals. UCL. The first leg, the first game, Donnarumma was actually man of the match. He saved a Martinelli shot and Trossard 1-on-1, I think.
Yeah, he did. He did. I remember the first.
Donnarumma is a proper shot stopper in my opinion, and
he is.
So is Joan Garcia. So is Chevalier. So is Magnon. I've not watched AC Milan that much.
Diogo Costa as well.
I've not watched.
I'm not a huge fan of Diogo Costa. I feel like
he was good yesterday. He was good yesterday.
I've not watched him, so I can't say. I'll only talk about players I've watched. Dean Henderson has been a better shot stopper recently than Ederson, and Ederson is coming to the end of his prime. Dean Henderson is coming right into his prime. So if you want to go by that logic, you can get Dean Henderson. That's homegrown, by the way. Trafford, now I haven't watched him. Some people tell me he's shit. Some people tell me he's good. Probably just mediocre if you get stories like that. But there's goalkeepers out there who are better shot stoppers than Ederson. And I don't think I don't think it's worth sacrificing that shot stopping for the passing that Ederson can do, especially when we have Guardiola, when we have Aït-Nouri coming in. Potentially a decent right back, Livramento, maybe yes, maybe no. We've got Rodri, we've got Reinders, we've got all these good passers. Do we really need an extra goalkeeper to do that? I don't think so.
Well, the only goalkeeper we've been solidly linked with is Diogo Costa. Apart from that, I don't think. Either we stick with the same goal. Either we stick with it unless we stick with the same goalkeepers for next season, or
we will. We probably will. Pep asked them to stay.
So I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true.
It is.
No. I think Pep says things and then other things happen. The opposite happens. So I don't know about that. We'll wait and see. Yeah. But I think the number one target will be Diogo Costa. But the problem is we're not willing to pay the release clause, even though we are release clause FC, as you know, Alf and AK. We are release clause FC.
We used to be.
We used to be. Yes, correct. But still, it doesn't make any sense.
He loves his release clauses. We know that Coutinho.
I know that. I know this for years. Come on, everyone knows this. I used to call him release clause merchant. That's why I wanted him out for many years because he can't negotiate a car boot sale or an auction. So yeah. So I just get me a goalkeeper and a right back, and then we should.
You know what, guys?
Yes, see?
You know what, though, guys? We haven't talked about PSG winning the Champions League. What were we saying about that final, man? That final was
probably one of the best finals I've ever watched.
Like I want to know.
That was probably one of the best one-sided finals I've ever watched.
I still haven't seen an Inter fan. I still have not seen a single Inter fan since that final. I think they went extinct.
Well, some deserves it.
By the way, guys.
That was hilarious. I went to see that stream after. Yeah, he had a huge meltdown.
I just opened Twitter, okay, and I just saw a tweet from a very reliable source that Rodrigo is very, very, very likely to leave in this summer. To Arsenal.
Where is he going?
To Arsenal.
To Arsenal.
Yeah, that's the question. Where would he go?
Arsenal.
Likely
to leave to Arsenal or Chelsea?
Chelsea, I
wouldn't be shocked if he joined their club prime. I'll be real. I wouldn't be shocked if he joined their club.
Who's the source?
Let me see the source. But I think Rodra 10_97. He's a very reliable source for Madrid.
So if
it's most likely Arsenal.
Andrea. Yeah, sorry, Andrea. So you're saying that so you're saying that Rodrigo is very, very likely to leave, then I think we should go in for him then. What do you think, Alf and Coutinho? What do you think? Should we go for
The
him?
problem is we have
Should we go in for him?
Savio, and unless either Savio or Doku leave, I don't think we're getting a winger.
Yeah, I don't think so. I can see him joining Chelsea, for some
Even
reason.
if Savio or Doku leave, we still can't get Rodrigo because he wants to play left wing.
Yep.
And we're not going to play him left wing to shove Marmoush into a Wirtz position when we still need to get a right back.
Mm-hmm.
It's about priorities. Like I rate.
I would say we could even need a centre back. I'll be honest.
Centre back.
And then even Rodrigo said even Rodrigo said he prefers to play in a 10.
Yeah, but we got a lot of injury prone centre backs. I can't. Even though the reports are saying that John Stones is leaving to go to Everton or potentially going to Everton, I don't think he's leaving. He holds all the cards. He has 1 year left on his contract. He'll see out his contract.
I hope not.
I don't think.
But
so.
besides,
to be honest, I would prefer if he stayed because it would actually help us on the homegrown quota rule. But that's the only reason I would keep him. Otherwise, we're gonna have to get several homegrown quota. We're gonna have to at least get 2 to help us. Because I don't.
Yeah, but that's why it's important to get a homegrown right back, in my opinion. I've done this homegrown stuff before. I don't have it right in top of my head, but you can go get a squad player who can play like on the wings and in midfield. I'm thinking like maybe Morgan Rodgers for homegrown.
Morgan Rodgers is going to cost a lot of money. We sold him for
Hold on, guys. Zero, share this.
Share what? Oh, you're sharing some. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Thank you. Rodrigo situation remains one to watch this summer. Arsenal interest is genuine with no approach yet. One of several options Andrea Berta is broadly considering. Other Premier League clubs also discussed back in May, including Chelsea and Liverpool, but no meaningful approach from either. CFC aware of the market opportunity, but have other priorities as it stands, including Jamie Gittins. Also, long-standing Saudi interest in Rodrigo, dating back as far as summer 2023. As revealed, Real opened a selling for 90 to 100 million euros package, but Rodrigo's side are for now solely focused on Xabi Alonso and understanding his plans.
Okay.
Is anyone believing that's
see what's up with Alonso for me?
It just sounds like
so. It's about understanding that. Yeah.
No, it's just regurgitated stuff that we already know about the Rodrigo situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But I think we get back to the conversation. I mean, Rodrigo will have to see what happens about that final again. And then we'll end the stream. Yeah. So what were we saying? Like that game. I mean, I don't know how Inter shot the bed the way they did. Right? The only thing good that come out of that game from Inter is not even at Inter. It's at El Hilal, bro. You know what I mean? So.
You know what? Yeah. I'll ask the question. If who was in the round of 16? If Club Brugge played that final, they would have not lost as badly. If Aston Villa played that final, they would have not lost as badly. If Barcelona played that final, they would have not lost that badly. Not a single team who got into the round of 16, other than Inter, would have lost that badly. That's how big of a disgrace it was, bro. I've never, none of us have ever seen a final that is this ravenous. And you know why I can say confidently that none of us have ever seen this? Because it's the biggest defeat in Champions League final history. The record was 60 years old, more than 60 years old. Real Madrid beat Frankfurt 7-3. That was the record for more than 60 years in a final. How you can go there as a big club and gets bent over, spanked so hard, bro, that your fan base goes extinct for a week. I still don't know where their fucking fans are. I don't see Mo both half as much as he used to. I used to see Mo on my timeline all the time. Now he's gone, bro. He's gone. Like,
I mean, he's recording, but he's recording Premier League content now. He's back to Premier League.
He's run away from Serie A, bro. He's run away from Serie A. Now they're getting called out for being cheats. They got the charges on them now. Like damn dirty cheating bastards.
Is he going to do a stream on that or not? Or the way he does it on us?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Ooh, Goldfish.
He's just making money from farming Prem content.
I'm not going to comment on that.
And you've got man like Brent. You got man like Brent clickbaiting saying we're off complaining about finances, and this is why people say they don't care about City. City's a nobody club. They have no fans, so why can't fans keep our name out of their mouths? That's what doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
It's because fans, people are jealous of City's success.
It's the same with Chelsea back in the day. It's the same like Chelsea back in the day, isn't it? People used to hate Chelsea just because they won trophies, bro.
Yeah, that's why with City, like this whole stuff when people say like City are cheating or City don't have any fans or City are irrelevant and stuff like that. I'm like, I respect City's success in what they do. Like you can't not they're the best run club in the world.
Thank you, Prime.
100%, bro. I wish I had a board like City's. Maybe not the money because of the 50+1, but our board are backwards. Honestly, they got dropped on their heads, bro.
Bro, but this is why I always complain about like the whole Arab owner thing. Bro, only Abdullah and Ahmed will understand what I'm saying. Bro, it's the intent, bro. It's the intent, bro. It's not even only about money, bro. People think it's only about money, bro. And Liam, you just said it yourself. Like, jokes aside and all, like, this is you when you're serious. It's the fucking intent, bro. No one gives a fuck about the money. Bro, the money, I could have a shit ton of fucking money and do nothing with it. Well, where do we go from here? Our board, bro, for example, with us, our board, they make money out of hella sponsorship deals that actually own shares of the club.
But the thing is, you can
and they don't spend money, bro. They're like,
Ahmed, but the thing is, your club is owned by it's majority owned by the fans.
Fans buy membership. Most fans buy it as well. Yes,
but you can vote out your board members, can't you? Because that's what you can do in the Portuguese.
I think you could, Ahmed. You
could. The Portuguese league vote out their players. Okay.
Yeah, AK and Abdullah. Here's the problem. Like Liam and I have been saying, our ultras have not been doing enough to actually call out things. They've not been doing enough. It's like they're too happy with company. Like, I get it. Attacking managers suits our DNA. I get it. But there's more to just than a style of play. Like, can you get more than style of play? Like, I'm looking for in-game management as well, with this director, So you mean to tell me you were down to signing a petition to keep Thomas Tuchel? You were down to sign a petition to keep De Ligt. And by the way, with that De Ligt one, our director literally said it's not about fan favorites. You know when the guy said it's not about fan favorites, the first thing these guys should have done is vote him out. The first thing.
Yeah.
Because that's one of them times you don't say that, bro. You say that when it actually makes sense to say it. It did not make sense for to say it then. Then the fucker says, when we lose to Barcelona, he said it to a reporter asking a question in the press conference. You don't have a coaching badges. Why are you trying to ruin our relationship with the players and management? No, I'm like, you guys are more concerned. I get it. You want to have a good correlation. But, bro, you're more concerned about that than doing what's right to win. Bro, they think of Barcelona as well when it comes to managing their funds. Why? Just think of us, bro. Think of wanting to win. Like, their situations, ours is ours, bro. Like, this is my problem with this club.
It's what people do, football fans, and I see it a lot in the Prem, what Premier League fans, they do nowadays. They, like, compare situations instead of having accountability for their own club and what's going on with them.
No, and our board
that's why
what fans do.
That's why people like hate on City and they hate on Chelsea so much.
Do you know
what Chelsea do? Like, people can say like, oh, how do we break all these rules and still have money or whatever? We're just using the loopholes that are there.
Exactly.
But they're there for everyone to use. Anyone can.
But they choose not to do it. They choose not to use them. They choose not to use them.
When you look at what City are doing, and people are complaining about City spending money in January, well, that's also because City haven't really spent much money the last
exactly, but people don't like to point that out.
But also too, City knew that if they didn't spend this money on what they needed, because they didn't spend last summer, they probably would not have made top 4. So in order to achieve the goal of getting back, which is not what City should be doing, but to achieve the goal of getting back into the Champions League, they spent money to get over the line. PSG in January, they spent money to get Kvaratskhelia, and that won them the Champions League. When I look at Chelsea, for example, we could have got Kvaratskhelia, we wanted to sign Garnacho instead. When you look at Arsenal, didn't sign any striker in January, and now they've finished second 3 years on the bounce, and they're 5 years without a trophy. When you look at Man United, look where they are. They only got Jordan in January, and they're 15th. But we want to laugh at City and say, "Oh, you wasted 100 million on Grealish," but that money won them a treble and a 4P. So who cares?
Yes.
Agreed. I agree.
No, I hear you, Prime, bro. And then you can look across Europe with Juventus, Bayern, etc. It's just, Madrid even last season, but now look what they're doing this season afterwards.
Exactly, because Madrid saw, and you know what truly exposed Real Madrid about how bad they've been going the last couple of years? The way they got battered by Arsenal. If that was against a Bayern or a Barca or an actual big club in Europe, like a Chelsea, whatever, Man City, it wouldn't have been that bad. But because it was Arsenal, the laughing stock of Europe, that's why they had to, something had to give, bro. Someone had to die, because you can't get embarrassed like that against an Arsenal. That's unforgivable.
I
explained but Real Madrid was always going to do that because Perez is a madman. But
there are this season. There are parallels between us and Madrid in terms of decision making. Perez chose not to spend any money in the summer very much and in January because he was saving money for the next manager. The same thing happened for our club. We didn't spend barely any money because originally the plan was that Pep leaves at the end of 2025. But because of our sporting director leaving, he didn't want to leave us in a massive rebuild, in disarray. That's the right term. Where not only would our sporting director would leave, but also our manager would leave, leaving a huge rebuild with a new board. So that's why he's re-signed his new contract. So that's why I think there are parallels in terms of us and Madrid, is why they didn't spend money in January and they didn't spend as much money in the last summer, the same as us. Because we weren't going to spend in January. We are notorious not spenders in January. Only that one time where we had an injury crisis at centre-back in the Centurion season. Luckily enough, we were having a league against United, who were 10 points behind us. So we had to sign a centre back because company was injury prone. So that's the only time we've actually bought an emergency signing or /signings in January, because we're not notorious spenders in January. If you can check the track record.
Last time you guys spent in January was
Laporte.
When you signed Laporte. Yeah.
2018, yeah. It was the 2017-18 season.
And that was when you guys had a centre back crisis, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And ironically, in the 1920 season, we didn't sign a centre-back when we had a centre-back crisis because Laporte done his ACL and company had left the club. His contract was up.
But we had Rodrigo. We had Rodrigo Fernandinho centre-backs.
Yeah, that was a wild season. Luckily enough, we still comfortably finished second, but we finished 15 points behind.
It doesn't matter though, because Liverpool was just good that season. We could have had no injuries. We wouldn't have won the league title. Let's be honest. We could have been perfectly fit. They were just that good. So for me, I didn't get that much that season. We still won the Carabao Cup, by the way, which was
true.
Pretty decent considering all the shit we went through that season. Man City, you know what thing is with Man City? The way we spent is scientific. I feel like some clubs spent based on scouting, some clubs spent based on youth projects. I feel like everything Man City does, it's put through a scientific formula to get like the most likely positive outcome. That's how our expenditure feels. We only spend big if it's like 100% certain to be a good landing, or if we're trying to get Grealish. But we rarely spend big. De Bruyne is like the last real big signing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time we spent this like big of a transfer window was the season after. Was after Pep's first season.
17-18. Well,
yeah,
summer of 2017.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're just for inflation, that's like £400 million or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And people also like to ignore the fact that he spent 50 million on 3 fullbacks each, but the problem was we had a finished Kolarov, we had a finished Gael Clichy, and we had a finished Zabaleta, who were all in their 30s. So we had to let them go, and they were at the end of their contracts, and we had to replace them. So that's why at the time, fullbacks were going at 50 a pop, 50 million a pop. So that's not our fault. Blame the clubs who dictate the price.
But you know what, rebuild then was a lot easier. Pep Guardiola himself said this. It was a lot easier because all these players that were finished, let's be honest, they were washed, their contract was coming to an end. This rebuild, Silva has a contract for 2 more years, I believe.
No, 1 more year. 1 more year.
1 more year, my apologies. Calvin Phillips has a contract until 2028. Kyle Walker still has a contract. Gundogan obviously got his extension. Stones, as we talked about earlier. So this rebuild, we can go sign all the players we want. We need to get these other guys out. That's the most difficult part for us. And I don't know who's buying half of these players, to be honest. I don't know who's buying half of these.
You'll always get buyers for your players. Like, to be fair, they're quite good at selling players for money. So you'll find players, and also your players that you have are also like have big reputations and are well known. So you'll be able to sell them to like Saudi or to Serie A clubs. Like, you'll be fine in that aspect.
It's a problem. Though. Bernardo Silva don't want to leave. He wanted to leave all the time he was here. Suddenly he wants to stay.
Because
he wants to stay.
He was linked to a move to Benfica, by the way.
The plan
is come again for AK.
He was linked to a move to Benfica just a couple of months ago.
Yeah, but this is why he doesn't want to leave. He wants to go to Benfica. Benfica won't pay Man City to get Bernardo Silva and then pay his wages. It's either they pay his wages or they pay a small transfer fee and he takes a big reduction in wages. But they're not doing both. They're not paying Man City and paying his wages. They're not doing that. And Silva isn't taking a wage cut, but he wants to go play for the Benfica. So how does he go to Benfica? Lets his contract run out, go to Benfica on a free. That's the only way he goes to Benfica, because he goes now to sign for a different club, 2 years. Let's say 2 years. By the time he's 32, we already look at how he's now already. His body is breaking down.
No, because the thing is, we were playing him week in, week out. He has the most minutes under Pep. Like, he's the player who's played the most minutes, like, ever since coming to this club. So whose fault is that? That's Pep's fault.
Yeah, I agree.
And just because I say it's Pep's fault, it doesn't mean I'm Pep out, by the way. So it's actually the truth.
I hear it. But you know, this, I'm not gonna lie. I think City this summer, I think you guys will get players and you'll be somewhat back into the mix. It is what it is.
I got something wild here, and I've talked with a few people about this already. I'm not sure if I've asked any of you guys this yet, so allow me to ask you this. I personally think that Man City has better chances of winning the Champions League next season than the Premier League. So I think we should focus on the Champions League next season. What do you guys think?
Elaborate on that.
Next season, Liverpool will still be Liverpool. Liverpool will still be very good. And their players all have better chemistry with each other. Their players are all Premier League experience. And that does matter because it's a completely different style of playing football. We are bringing players like Cherki, who have no chemistry with Haaland. Aitnouri, who has no chemistry with Haaland. There's a lack of chemistry in this new team. And some of these players, like Reinders, Cherki, have never played in the Premier League, which also makes a difference. Nico Gonzalez has barely played in the Premier League. Marmoush barely played in the Premier League. Whereas Liverpool, all these players have this experience. But what all our players do have experience in is European football. So we get these players here. We go into European football. They're used to that type of football. We have a better chance at pushing on and getting past in the tough moments, in the big moments, and to go win the Champions League. To win Champions League, you also don't need to be the best team in the competition. In the Premier League, to win it, you need to be the best, generally speaking. And I don't think we're the best next season. I still think Liverpool will be better. I think Liverpool will get worse over time because Salah is aging, Van Dijk is aging, Alisson is aging. Like their core is aging away, and they're going to get worse. But I think next season, they'll still be the best team in the Premier League.
I mean, to be honest, if I was to give an opinion on this, I genuinely think that you should focus on all fronts still. Because at least that's what your intent should be in the transfer window.
Yeah, and the transfer window, yes. Long term, but
like, I think you should get that score once you do focus on all as much as you can.
Alf, I want to comment on this. Yeah, I want to comment on your question. I think next season we should, I think, focus on doing a double. Like, focus on. I mean, of course, you want to go all out next season and win the FA Cup. I mean, like, basically win another treble. But I think it's going to be quite difficult again because we have to focus on all three competitions. And yeah, I mean, of course, you got the new players who are energetic, who are hungry to win trophies and all that. But for me, I think the only possible trophies for me would be the Premier League and the Champions League, in my opinion.
I'm gonna say this from now. If City don't get any injuries next season, I think they win the Prem, and I think they make the semis, and they get top 8 in the UCL.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe even first. Yeah. I'd maybe even give them first place.
No, I don't care about first place. Just get top 8. Just get top 8. I couldn't care less.
Exactly, yeah.
And the Champions League, who cares about top, second? Although I do have to say, though, it did play a role in how the knockout stage looked like. But then again, Liverpool.
Yeah. But I mean, look, like I saw a lot of Liverpool fans complain, saying they finished first and they got a hard fixture in PSG.
Yeah. For me, just finish top 8 and whatever happens.
So for me, I want to see 2 trophies, the league and the league or the Champions League. Two of either the Champions League, Premier League, or the FA Cup, because we've lost back-to-back FA Cup finals, and I can't lie.
We did.
So
I think the Champions League, like, I know the format has been a change, but the Champions League ended with PSG winning, and PSG did what numerous other Champions League winners have done. They had a very strong second half of the season. That's how Chelsea have won our 2 Champions Leagues. When Man City won their first your trouble season, you had a very strong.
That's how we won ours in 2020. To be fair,
that's how Bayern won theirs. Like, I don't think the league, unless they make some sort of a rule where in the league phase you get some sort of an advantage, like maybe you get a second leg at home if you finish top 8. But aside from that, I don't think it's
by the way, they did that. They changed that. They changed that rule though. They did that.
So I think just having with City bringing in all these new players and them having to gel, it depends how quickly they can gel. I think being consistent and competing in all fronts, you guys will need that, because the one thing about City that people that rival fans don't notice is City are at their best when they're playing 2-3 games a week. When you guys are constantly playing every 2-3 days and you enter that robotic run where you win 20 games on a bounce, that's when you're at your best. Not when you got to play once a week.
That's why we made signings in January, because that's where the rebuild began. Because this wasn't going to get this rebuild was going to get complete. This was going to get completed over 2 transfer windows. So I think that was very smart for us to compete as soon as possible. The rebuild had to happen in January. So if we get a goalkeeper and a right back, then the rebuild's complete. So I think we should be back to competing ways at the beginning of next season. So yeah.
Anyhow, before the Zed ends the stream, because we've got a few club logos up top here, but I just want to ask one thing. Has someone noticed something about the logos above us here? Because it's called European Heavyweight Show. All but one of these clubs are in Europe.
I know what you're on about, Man United not in Europe.
I know who you're talking about, Alf. I know who you were talking about.
So why is their logo still there? They're not in Europe.
Because unfortunately we have a representative. Unfortunately, it's sad, man.
Yeah, him.
We just do.
Touchline.
Yeah, I mean, the answer to that would be well, we're Man United. We have the most shirt sales in the world. We're the biggest club in the world. We're Man United. That's the response, bro. That's the answer you're looking for.
Yeah, that's the response.
Yeah.
That's the response every single time he comes on.
No, but that's not just touchline. That's every United fan, bro. That's every United fan. They flex how big they are, but yeah, that's why
every single
what you're
fan will
going
say this.
through. That's why what you're going through is more embarrassing because of how big you are.
Yo, Prime, can I show you some clips of like the hope that Bruno was gonna join Al Hilal? Exhibit.
I'm living, bro. You know what I'm saying? My club is living with that, bro. So Zia, bro, you know what I mean? You have one thing to do, bro. Make the call, bro. Get Bruno Fernandes to Saudi, bro. Bruno wants that 700k, bro, that you're going to pay him, bro. Pay the money, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay the money, bro.
Before you guys respond, Exhibit B.
Come on, Liam, my G, cook.
Bro, listen, it's time to put his shawarma in the bag and move on, bro. Time to put I'm about to tweet that, bro. You know what? Let's see. I'm gonna retweet it on this one. It's time to put the shawarma in the bag and move to Saudi, bro.
Man actually put the shawarma in the bag, you know. They really was hoping, bro. They were hoping that he would accept the offer, guys. They were hoping that he'd accept the offer.
I generally thought he was going to accept the offer, but he chose to stay.
Alhamdulillah, this Haywan didn't accept the offer.
And he's going to be the reason why Amran's going to get sacked, because how he first of he's their worst number 10. Second of all, he's not a number 6, and he's an awful number 8. So how is he going to work in a that does not make sense at all? And I don't think they're going to get. I don't think they're going to get midfielder. So,
okay. Go, Abdullah.
I don't think they're going to get a midfielder because where's the budget going to come from? Where's the money going to come from?
Yeah, they're going to sack another contender later.
Nah, but bro, they're Man United, man. They print money. Remember?
They shouldn't even.
What are you going to say?
Oh yeah, sorry. Continue. I was about to say, yeah.
No, okay. Talk. I stopped you.
Yes,
go.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's so many things I don't like about Bruno. Yeah, first of all, the way he dives. Yeah, the way he moans to the ref. It's the way he moans, the way he dives, and it's absolutely disgusting. I mean, I've never seen a top player do this. I mean, look, of course we know that, couple of players for United did that, and they got a couple of calls their way, yeah, and I think Bruno is showing that classic example of how that team is. Just a bunch of whiners. They're just a bunch of
Yeah.
whiners. That's who they are.
But Bala, can I just say, you know why I would have not accepted him at Al Hilal? We like playing direct football. This guy would have ruined direct football. I don't care if we have Inzaghi. Bro, he would have ruined Inzaghi ball. Just him alone. That's why I did not want this guy, bro. So I'm glad that he rejected us. Like people saying he got rejected by bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm glad he rejected. Why the hell do I want this guy at my club? Go have intent for go elsewhere for somebody else. I couldn't give a damn. But in terms of Bruno, yeah, he's staying a fraud. Absolute fraud, man. You know what I mean?
Zier, I'll be real. You have to repeat everything you've just said.
Did I just lag? Oh wow. Yeah. Did I just lag?
Yes.
Because I was thinking, I figured that I see frozen screens, bro. I'm like, am I chatting to nobody now? Am I just chatting to a laptop? No, but you guys hear me clearly now. Everyone hears me clearly.
Yes.
Yep. We can hear you now.
No, I was just saying. I'm just gonna summarize what I said. That's Man United's problem to deal with. Go find another buyer. He's absolutely, bro. He would have ruined his.
He's gonna walk on a free. He's gonna walk on a free.
The problem United have is like, Azir, remember, last week.
Yes.
Actually, this didn't even happen here. It happened on, I think, Jay's channel when Touchline was trying to talk about how being able to sell players and whatever, right? And actually, even on your channel,
he said on the barn.
Yeah, about selling players. You know what separates Chelsea and even Liverpool and Man City is that we're able to sell like our bad players, quote unquote, for the most amount of money we can extract. How look how Chelsea were able to sell Havertz and Mason Mount for the money we were able to get for them. Man United had a perfect opportunity in January to sell Garnacho for 60 mil to Napoli or Chelsea and did not take it. Chelsea would have sold Garnacho for 60 mil in January. Would have gone. That's what we would have done. We would have taken the money. But United, they keep wanting to push for more or just not do great deals. That's why your bad players will stay for longer. You're not going to get your perfect opportunity to get rid of Bruno for big money. As much whether you rate Bruno or not, or you think he's world class or you think he's shit, you guys need that money to rebuild. And you're not gonna get that opportunity again. You're not gonna get that offer again. Al Hilal will sign some other big name midfielder, and a chance for Bruno to go for
that's what I was saying.
80 mil, 90 mil, 100 mil is never gonna happen again now.
Apparently, they want that Edison guy from Atalanta.
Yeah. We're looking at Edison. That's
the same midfielder Man United want. So now, not only can you not get rid of Bruno, you're now
we might just take their guy. We might steal. Yeah,
like you see how now this all works. Instead of you just being able to say Garnacho, fine, we get rid of him in January. You could have bought Ederson, sell Bruno for a lot cheaper, for like say a 40 or 50 or whatever, and you would have been fine. But because you keep screwing up on how you run, this is the situation you find yourself in. And this is why, like, you now have to build properly now. Cunha, good signing, even though, like, United fans say he starts for every team in the league. I don't necessarily think he does, but whatever. And Buemo, that's a brilliant signing. I rate him, but that deal's not done. You know, like, you know how certain clubs operate. If Chelsea truly wanted him, we could get him. If City truly wanted him, they could get him. Like, so let's see if you guys can truly get that deal done. But aside from everything else, you still need a goalkeeper. If Onana's your goalkeeper, if if he's still part of your spine, if Bruno's still part of your spine going into next season, it's not going to matter what Mbeumo and Cunha can do. I'll be real. It's not going to matter. And plus, you're still going to have your manager. At a certain point, if you still have your bad players and your bad manager, Cunha and Mbeumo won't make that much of a difference per se. Yes, maybe you score more goals, but instead of being 15th, maybe you'll be 10th. And is that better for Man United?
Honestly, yeah.
I'm telling you what, Brian. To be fair, I don't see Cunha and look, as much as obviously we rate Cunha and Mbeumo as two top players from different teams in the Premier League, yeah. But them two alone, trying to steer the ship, trying to steer that sinking ship of a club they call Man United. I think it's going to be another impossible task for them, but I don't think they can successfully do it because the whole team itself needs a rebuild. Not just two players. The whole team itself needs a rebuild, and I don't see them doing that.
Yeah, but you know what, AK? They can do an entire rebuild and still have Onana and goal, and they'll still get relegated somehow. That guy is the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen in the Premier League.
Yo.
Yo.
Oh,
I got this one as well. I got this one as well. 1 second.
Oh shit! Let me put you back.
I got this one. You got this one as well.
Yeah, those guys. No, that's
It's the history of Inter.
Giving people their first, not only their first UCLs, but their first trebles as well.
Mad.
They've
given trebles 4 times in history, by the way, in Champions League final.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Celtic and not just trebles. They've given these teams their first. They've given these teams their first treble. Celtic, Man City, Ajax, their first treble.
And PSG
now, of course.
And now PSG, their first treble. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I could also make another joke about something, but I don't want someone else to react and make a joke about my club, so I won't say it.
I know you were about to say we give trebles to Man United. Was that what you're gonna say?
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
Okay,
no, that's not what I was gonna say at all.
Thank God. I was actually worried you were gonna say that, bro.
I actually forgot about that final. I wasn't gonna make that joke, so no.
Okay, thank you.
You wiped it from your memory.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, though, guys, you know what? We bring a Chelsea fan. We don't talk about Chelsea. I find it a bit rude. Prime, what's going on with Chelsea?
Chelsea fan don't want to talk about Chelsea. Let's be honest.
No, I see you got the lab. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's a low key signing. Should see how that works. You're linked with Mignon, I believe. You're linked with Mignon, the goalkeeper.
Mignon, yeah.
Are you linked with anyone else?
We're linked to Ekitike, the Frankfurt.
Oh yeah, Ekitike, yeah, true.
He'll be good.
So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. If we can get Magnon, I'll be happy because he is the goalkeeper. I know he's had a bad season, but AC Milan in general
had a bad
very
game
good
against.
season. So but yeah, I think bringing him will be good. My only I guess negative on Magnon is his injuries. If his injuries are like what Alisson and Ederson have gone through over the last 5-7 years, then that tells me we're going to need a very strong number 2 to play in case Magnon's out for any period of time. So there's not a massive drop off if we're trying to challenge for the league titles and stuff like that. So that's why
you can take Ortega from us if you want.
Nah, Petrovic.
He's good.
Petrovic is better.
Petrovic left in his contract.
Listen, we're not Arsenal. We don't get finesse. Go sell him to Arsenal. Actually, speaking of Arsenal, Arsenal are linked to Kepa.
Yeah, I saw that. I
I
saw that.
heard.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
When clubs ask, how are Chelsea able to get away with this? Stop buying our bad players.
Yeah, I was gonna say these clubs look at Chelsea's players and buy to Chelsea's selling.
Like I don't get it. Like you have David Raya, you want another goalkeeper. It makes no sense.
But they need a number 2.
You know what it is, yeah.
Arsenal have not had a backup goal. Arsenal have not had a backup goalkeeper since they sold Ramsdale.
Yeah, they have Neto, but like Neto, nobody even talks about him.
He was on loan.
Neto's
Neto was on loan.
Now you
Neto's
know
on
what
loan.
it is, yeah. Chelsea is the London Stock Exchange for these players. Everything goes through Chelsea. And Arsenal, they ain't got no scouting network, it seems. So they just go to Chelsea if they need some player. It's the fucking London Stock Exchange, I tell you, bro. And Chelsea.
Someone just put in the chat, Galatasaray want Alisson Becker.
I don't know. But I know they want, apparently he and the Leroy Sané is linked to them.
Yeah, and also Galatasaray want Gundogan and Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, Galatasaray wants Gundogan, yeah?
Yo,
I
they
saw
want to
that.
build a team. Maybe that's why Osimhen is looking to stay at Galatasaray. Maybe that's why.
Oh, no.
Maybe.
Gala are linked to...
No, striker
God.
Osimhen. Apparently Osimhen is apparently Osimhen might stay.
I saw them linked to another forward today. Can't remember.
Yeah, but I don't know. It depends on Osimhen if he stays, because apparently Galatasaray are making a bid for Osimhen. They're making a bid for Osimhen, Galatasaray. I read it when it was linked to Al Hilal news. But you know what, man? Let's see what happens with Galatasaray next season. Apparently they're in the Champions League, so let's see what they do. You know.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see what they do. But yeah, man. Anything else before we end it here?
No, that's all.
Yeah, one last thing, actually. One last question to the Chelsea fan.
Yeah, go on.
So you're getting the underlap now. You're probably getting another midfielder. Because your midfield is not that great, let's be honest. What other positions do you still want someone in? Assuming you get McNall.
We're not getting another midfielder. I don't think we don't need one. Santos, he was at long.
You need a bench midfielder. You've got no depth in that midfield.
I know, but that's because a lot of our midfield was out loaned. Santos is coming back from Strasbourg.
Yeah.
He's been cooking.
Lavia, a lot of people have hope in Lavia staying fit. I don't. I think he's injury prone. But then there's also we have Usegu, who's from Sporting, as a backup DM to Lavia. So we'll have actual depth in this season that we didn't have in the season that just passed.
But do you trust those players to come in?
Santos, I trust fully. Leslie, I rate Leslie, but it looks like we're going to get rid of him and sell him. I'd play Leslie instead of Lavia because I don't trust Lavia's fitness. But
you only recently bought Leslie Ogochukwu.
Okay, fair enough.
Do I what?
You only recently bought Leslie Ogochukwu.
I know, but because his ceiling is not as high as the others that we have.
I see.
But he's a quality midfielder. He improves a lot of midfields in this league. Man United wouldn't be so shit if they had him, but that's a different conversation.
True.
What I would do is, I think if we get Magnon, I want a centre back to come in and partner Colwell. And I want to sign a top left winger. I want to Rodrigo. For me, I think we need to push as much as we can for him. And if that's not possible, go get Lookman, because Gasperini, like I said, he's at Roma now. Go test the waters for Lookman as much as we can. We can get one of those two, Lookman and Rodrigo, with Magnon in goal. We've massively fixed and improved on our spine. And with Etitike signing, fine, we'll see what we can do with that for next year. I still have hope for Osimhen to sign. I'll be real. People can say I'm delusional. That's fine. I still have hope that we could end up signing him or getting him on deadline day. Jackson looks like he's leaving as well. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be. I don't know. He's
Right.
yeah.
I'm sorry to come in. But I want to actually talk about Cole Palmer getting the number 10 shirt. So it looks like Cole Palmer
Yeah.
is gonna be a new number 10.
I mean, he's been our 10 the last season.
Oh,
but yeah,
actually, I didn't know this.
But wearing the shirt, yeah, he will be.
That's what's really surprising, is it?
Interesting, right?
Wearing the 10, getting
I
the
did
10
not
shirt
know
is not
this.
surprising, no. Because Mudryk, he's not.
No. It's not about no. I did not know the news. That's what I'm saying. I did not know about the news.
Yeah. Because Mudryk is gonna. I don't know what's happening with him, but like he has not played in a very long time, so it seems like something will happen with his contract. But the fact that the 10 shirt got snatched from him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, something mad must have happened with Mudryk. But bro, from when he first joined Chelsea, from when he recorded that man in the gym and that, I was like, yeah, this guy, something's wrong with his head. So
yeah,
I think isn't the rumor saying that he failed a drug test or something?
That's the rumor. Yeah,
he has.
That was a rumor, though.
The B sample, it's not a rumor. I think he actually has failed it because the B sample has not been we've not heard from the B sample, because when you get drug tested, when these players get drug tested, they take 2 samples. So if you fail on your first sample, the second sample they'll test just in case, because it could be a false negative or whatever. So but yeah, it looks like Mudryk, whatever happens with him happens with him. Yeah, but like for me, with Magnon signing, if we can get a top left winger, we already have Delap and Etatike. I want a centre back partner for Colwell because Fofana I can't trust to stay fit. But we have a massive improvement on our spine, and which has been the problem for me, and like that's the step you need to push towards like challenging in this league. When you look at Liverpool, for example, under Klopp, and how leaky and inconsistent they looked until they got bought Van Dijk in January, and then in the summer they bought Alisson and Fabinho, and they fixed the base of their spine. That's truly what you need. So for me, I'm going to be happy with that. Magnon will make Colwell better because we won't have that terrorist Sanchez in goal. Delap and Etatike, I've not watched much of it. I've not watched anything of Etatike, but from what I've been told from people and from what I've seen of Delap in this league, they are clear upgrades on Jackson in front of goal. So we'll.
I think if you get Ekitike now that you have Delap, I think now that you have Delap, getting Ekitike for your in context of your situation is actually not that deep. Like for example, if it was Liverpool getting him, now I'd be concerned because Liverpool, they would be relying on him to try to score, and Salah as a winger, right? Like a winger inside forward, whatever. But I think with you guys, I don't think it's that deep if you get Ekitike.
Yeah, but it's just for me because I've not watched him, I've not read any scout reports on him or anything, and I had my heart set up on getting Osimhen or Gyökeres. I'm a bit disappointed, but I've got to do my own research on Ekitike then, so that's for me. I want to see. I need to see what he's really about.
Yeah, so here's the thing with him. Like Liam and I, we've seen him here and there. He's a type of player, like he's someone that looks physical, but he plays like a false 9.
Oh, so that makes sense then, because I read stuff that he could be played in a deeper role or out on the flanks.
Because at Frankfurt, what happened was he had 2 strikers. So at one point it was Marmoush and he had Ekitike. Marmoush would be making those runs for, Ekitike to find him, or vice versa, But majority of the time it was Marmoush, and that's why Marmoush was in the end of scoring all the goals. And then he moved to City and it became another person next to him. So, yeah, I think Ekitike is not going to be the guy you should be relying on to score all the goals, but he's one of those guys that could, maybe be a backup option, facilitate for like a Cole Palmer here and there, Obviously, he could have done that if he got to Liverpool, but do you want to rely on that? We need a forward.
I don't mind that, but so it seems then that he's like a better version of Jackson, because Chelsea fans have talked about Jackson playing like in the 10 or playing out wide and stuff like that. So I don't know, it'll be interesting.
But you'll have Delap. So the fact that you have Delap, it's not that deep. Like you could, if one doesn't perform, the other one can come in, or maybe both can play. It depends on how he's going to be used under Maresca. I don't know, but in your case, it's not that bad because you got Delap, and that's what I'm saying. If you didn't get Delap, I would have been questioning it a little bit. You know, where did Liam go? Bro, I think this guy, did he say he had to go? Oh, he said he's going now. Okay. But anyways, we are going to end it in a bit. Anyways, it's not like it matters really. But yeah, any last words, guys, before I do end it?
We were talking about clubs to win the Champions League and stuff. And like I didn't get to say mine. Does no one think that Arsenal?
Yeah.
No chance. Not with that manager.
No chance.
Look, I have more faith in Chelsea than I have in Arsenal.
I don't know what you're trying to do there.
I know. I'm joking. I know. I'm joking. No, but on the real.
Subscribe to Z, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
On the real, I want Ancelotti to win, or not Ancelotti. Simeone. I want Diego Simeone to win the Champions League, bro. I think like him and Atletico Madrid, like they deserve one. They need a Champions League, bro. But
well, they need to do better.
It seems
bro.
like
you know what it is. Their squad's
trend,
actually not that bad, but they played Madrid.
Yeah, but it seems like the trend of whenever there's a new Champions League winner, the next Champions League goes back to a heritage club. So next year's Champions League could either go back to Real Madrid or Liverpool, because PSG just won their first one. When we won
I'm not gonna lie. If I had to pick a favorite for the Champions League, I think it's Liverpool. I hate to say
when we won our first Champions League,
Bayern
2012.
We won it.
The next one was Bayern.
We won it.
When City won theirs, I went back to Real Madrid. You know, so I think it's gonna be a heritage club.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I have a bad feeling. If the window keeps on going like this, I think Liverpool, man. I think Liverpool's the team to win the Champions League.
Yeah, Liverpool win Champions League. City won the league. Arsenal finished second 4 times.
They were.
I mean, Pete.
By the way, I hope.
AK, they're gonna rival your 4P. You're gonna see Egal.
They're not gonna 4P. They're not gonna 4P.
They'll 4P second, bro.
No. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I actually think I agree with Abdullah. I think Arsenal's fall off is going to be like massive.
I tell you this.
I think their fall off is going to be not this season, but the season after. I think that will be their fall off. Next season they'll still be good.
Bro, I don't know, bro. I think Liverpool and City, they're gonna take top 2. Then there's 3rd and 4th. Who knows what Chelsea does? So then Arsenal probably top 4 or like. That's the way I'm viewing it from right now. I don't know what's gonna happen as the window goes on, but looking at Arsenal, like Šeško and like, are they still getting Dubamendi? Or are they not? And even if he joins, is Arteta gonna use him properly?
He's now flirting with Real Madrid. So.
Well, it's stupid, but yeah, guys, I will end it here. Who should I redirect to? Should I redirect?
Is anyone even live?
Yes. I think Lee's gonna go live.
Can you
redirect to Havo?
Live? I think.
Redirect to Havo.
Yeah. Then.
Can you redirect to my friend? Elijah still alive.
I see Wab.
Oh no, he ended.
I see casual. I've seen Wabar lives. Those are Chelsea fans. I'm sure you know. Wait, Liam's playing career mode, and Liam is live doing is Liam actually doing a career mode stream? What the fuck? If he's doing a career mode, I might have to redirect to him then.
Zeer, you should do a career mode. Al Halal.
Ahmed, I gave you a follow on. Ahmed, I gave you a follow on my burner account on X on Twitter.
Yeah. No more. Say no more, bro.
Also, I wrote it on the
yeah, we're gonna redirect to Liam. We're gonna redirect.
Also, guys, it was nice, like actually meeting you guys and being on stream. Obviously, I know AK and Liam and and
Yeah.
Zier, but the rest of you guys, nice meeting you
Yeah,
guys.
big
Nice
up,
to
man.
meet
We're gonna end
nice
it
to meet
here.
the Heritage
Nice
Clubs.
meeting you, Prime. And
Yeah, it's nice being a part of
you
the pool.
again.
None of this Premier League
Yeah,
bullshit.
Prime,
it was
Prime,
yes.
you follow you follow my
Exactly.
burner account. You follow my burner account already.
Do I?
Before? Yeah.
What's your burner?
It's in the private chat. And
That's you.
That's me. Yeah,
Oh,
that's me.
nice.
Oh, you're Nouri. Yeah, I've just followed you, by the way.
No, that's me. That's me. Yeah, that's my middle name. That's my middle name. So, but spelled a different way. So yeah, I use my
Oh yeah, Continue. By the way,
Abdul Nouri. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry about that. Sorry
yeah,
about that. Go ahead.
as my middle name is my dad's name, so I use that as but spelled a different way. So yeah.
Hey,
But
bro,
anyway,
you better update your Twitter bio, bro. You're 4P, not troubling.
Yeah, I need to update that. Yeah, I need to update.
But guys, listen. You already know what to do. Subscribe, press alarm bells, feature content notifications, like, comment your way. Go check ZeerTalks socials, and inshallah you're well wherever you are. But also go check all the other channels, man. Go check out Alfie. He talks about City. AK doesn't really have a chat. Do you have a Twitter? I don't know. Abdullah, I guess you have a Twitter. So I need to involve you more of these shows, bro. And then Prime, check his Twitter out. This guy's active on Twitter. He's active in editing people's stuff and then trolling people too, bro. He's trolling Arsenal fans everywhere he goes, bro. You know what I mean?
AK is going to be coming on my channel on Monday. We're going to do a panel show. And Luke may come as well. So we're going to do a panel show on Monday if you want to see some Man City talk. Because we've had the most generational transfer the window of any club, I think. There's
still not over. Still not over. It's still not over. Still.
It's not over. Yeah, it's not over. It's not over.
Continue, by the way, continue, by the way, when does the transfer window when does the transfer window end, by the way?
Well, this one. So, 10th of June, and then it reopens, I think, in July 1st.
Yes.
So,
yeah, it's one of them. But guys, listen.
Also, yeah. So I'm Matt Latimer's Prime on all socials, and also follow Sarcasm City TV clips. It's a channel I run at Flawless where we're clipping up stuff from Sarcasm City, like the best bits and the funniest moments.
Oh yeah,
and stuff.
true. Yeah.
On there, you'll see. You might see. Actually, we posted the call-in Zier had like a week ago when Bruno was linked to Al Hilal and he was talking about how he doesn't want Bruno to join. I clipped up. We posted Flawless reacting to the Bruno news of him rejecting Al Hilal. There's stuff on there about Arsenal fans laughing at Arsenal, laughing at Man United for finishing 15th. That's yet to be uploaded. I don't know what Flawless is doing, but yeah, we've got a lot of stuff up there and in the pipeline in the future. So yeah, just big up everyone and subscribe. Follow all these guys as well. Follow everyone.
Big up.
Yeah, facts. Now, based on what Prime said, I have a perfect response for it. Take care. See you later. And Zier raid on Liam's channel.
Got sent off. Man did baby giraffe. Collapsed. Oh, but he was pushed. Vervaeke was choked. Nobody cares, bruv.
See you later, guys. See you later.